Hello, my fellow Westorians. Can you hear me? I assume so. It is Friday, and we are continuing our excellent Blackwood campaign. We've been having a lot of fun with this one in particular. It's been different than a lot of our other streams, mostly because of the game settings. The broken world, in particular, creates quite an unusual game state that allows for new power structures to emerge, but following a lot of the same old patterns. If you haven't been keeping up with the streams, I'll give a little bit of a recap. And I know some of you probably, even who have been keeping up, maybe didn't catch everything. We started with, like I said, Broken World, which allows you to change the political structure, to kind of reset the political structure of every single kingdom and region, meaning that every little territory starts independent. So this little guy here starts independent. This guy over here is independent. Pike would have been independent. Winterfell would have been independent. And the previous structures are remembered. In other words, if you the groupings, the de jure counties are remembered. In other words, there's still a high lordship of Blackwood Vale that includes the territories that have been traditionally subservient to it. And that's the case for all over. So yeah, we got the red lighting today in honor of the Blackwoods. I'll try to do something fun color-wise each week. I got my Cthulhu shirt on today because, well, we've got the Necronomicon, so you know that's on point, right? We had the green lights last week for our green dreams, which still haven't really had that much of an impact on us. It's just been cool to have, but let's recap our character now. I think this is our sixth character, or is it our seventh? No, I think it's our sixth. Let's check real quick. It went Hodor, who was succeeded by Royce the Rash, which is the guy we are currently selected, and then Hendry the Strange, then Williman the Lazy, then Lyman, who somehow didn't have a nickname despite having gonorrhea, always wearing a mask, and being one-legged and disfigured. So, you really, and a eunuch. Like, how did he not get a nickname with all those really unusual features? Plus, he died in battle. I mean, this guy, I didn't even realize that we're on we're on back-to-back one-legged kings. That's kind of unusual. Both of those were battle, I believe. We lost the legs. Both of them lost their legs in battle, I think. I don't recall how Lyman lost his leg. But I'm pretty sure it was battle. That guy was constantly in war. He was a commander. So that sounds like it was 6 then. I think I counted 6 there. And we have 2 sons and 2 daughters. We got Princess Sheree, who is married to Sarah Flowers, who is a boy. That's confusing, isn't it? I was like, wait, who is this Sarah Flowers? Like, oh, that's her husband, right? That's my son-in-law. And they named their first son Sarah. So there's Sarah Senior and Sarah Junior and their boys. All right, well, stranger things have happened. And our heir is Prince Solomon, or Lord Solomon, rather. He is a lord of Martlet Bay. And look at that excellent stewardship and learning ability. So he is looking pretty nice. He's a brilliant steward. He is not much of a warrior, but he's not a slouch either. We did give him, didn't we give him our sword? Or was that not the case? I thought we gave him the sword. We did not give him the sword. We were going to give it to him when he was older. That's right. So that time is now. Well, that's a good thing we can start with. Let's start the game by giving him the sword. Wait, why can't we? Oh, I think we maybe offered it to him last game and it hasn't resolved yet. Something like that. Anyway, let's unpause and be on our way here. Actually, back that up. Make sure we don't have any pressing notifications here. No, I don't think so. Some available decisions and call court out of hiding. Why is the court even in hiding? Oh, because we were in that. We finished that war off last game. Yeah, one of the things we did last game, if y'all weren't here for it, we conquered a lot of this western mountain range that creeps around the outside of the coast, which is protected by this long mountain range, separating it from the interior of the west, where Ashmark it lies. So we took over part of the Kingdom of Castamere, or part of the Duchy of Castamere, and no, it was the Kingdom of Castamere, which is funny because now the Kingdom of Castamere no longer includes the territory of Castamere, but it's still the Kingdom of Castamere, but it's made up of Sarsfield and Tendring, which might be, you know, next on the menu for us in the long, maybe not quite away. But so we have Tarbeck Hall and Castamere and the Crag and Baneford. So we have a very multi-region kingdom, because of course we also have this very significant chunk over in what would be the Crownlands / Riverlands. And I gotta say, it looks like Maidenpool is on the menu for us here. That looks very juicy. We would love to have Maidenpool in its ports. And it would help us slowly try to connect our territories. And of course we have this Vale, this big chunk of the Vale that includes the Bloody Gate and Red Fort and Old Anchor, and also 2 of the 3 sisters. The third sister is Pirate Lord Saphos the Depraved. Oh, wow. So we could probably take that if we wanted, but it's not exactly a rich prize. The sisters. And of course we also have Stony Sept. So we've got a very strange but fun kingdom. Oh, and we have Long Table down here. I forgot about that. That was near the end. How random. We inherited that. Well, one of our vassals inherited it, and thus it is now part of our kingdom. So, all right. Let me take a look at what y'all are saying in the chat and say hey to everybody. I see Violent Messiah. I see Newt Rock 44. I see Urias Tosh and Matt Rees and Teddy D and Patrick Dean and Debbie Dane and Princess Canius and Aiden and D-Cell. Great to see everybody. Yeah, let's do this. Let's get some good Friday gaming on. Yeah, let's get back to the running of time. We finished that last war. Oh, yeah, there it is. I accept your gracious gift. So we did do that. No wonder I remembered doing that. It just hadn't gone through yet. So we have a great relationship with our son. He's in good... that's good, and he's got better personal combat now that we gave him the ancestral sword, which unfortunately is not Valyrian steel, if you recall. It's just a very nicely made sword, which was made in the Summer Islands. Not normally known for their sword making, but this one is certainly excellent. Alysanne Dart wants to get married. So just to my left, to excite you guys, Ashea is working on editing the Dance of the Dragons episode, part 2, that we did with Radio Westeros. That was recorded earlier in the week. So my part in the production is done, and Yolkboy and Ashea are doing that part, and so it looks like we're on schedule to have it released for patrons tomorrow, but I'm not promising that, but that was our plan, and it looks pretty good for that so far. So that's good news. We're excited to be talking about the Dance of the Dragons, and we're excited that it's going to be a TV show. So that worked out for us that we were already working on that. Oh, she already got married. She said she wanted someone. We said we'd help her out with that. Oh no, he's dead. This is going to be her 3rd husband. Okay, well, we're not going to marry her to 40-year-old woman to our 1-year-old son. That's not quite right. Ooh, this first raider of the wildlings. That's neat. He's age appropriate and a decent fighter. Yeah, let's bring him into the fold. Matrilineal marriage. Will he marry her matrilineally? No, he won't marry matrilineally. Oh well. Let's do instead... Oh, yeah, we have our Murawirtum, our Ashai general. Let's see. She'll marry him under those circumstances. And she's lustful, so maybe we'll have some half Ashai children in our court. That would make for some interesting diversity. And very unusual. All right, what's next? We had some goals. We definitely want to try to. Probably our biggest goal is taking either the Kingdom of Riverrun or the Kingdom of the Crossing. But those aren't, it's not exactly an easy target, either of them. But we're keeping an eye on it. We have certainly the ability to have more troops than this. We have, this looks like our maximum is about 16,500, which is pretty formidable, but I wouldn't count on that being enough to take this entire Kingdom of Riverrun, in part because what we've seen in the past is that when you go for a big chunk like that, other kingdoms or independent spots will jump in on the side of the defender to prevent you from getting bigger, because that, if you're, they don't want anyone to be so big that they can swallow up everybody else. The small kingdoms want there to be lots of small kingdoms. The big kingdoms try to get bigger. It's all just a matter of pragmatism for the most part. They all want what's best for themselves. Makes sense. Let's see. So yeah, as you can see, the large kingdom here, the largest kingdom in Westeros appears to be Dorne. Certainly the largest contiguous one, but arguably we might actually control more total territory. It's just not connected. Old Town and Highgarden have this border with each other. It's kind of hard to see where one begins and the other ends, but they're both separate kingdoms. Here's the border right along here. Looks like Norcross has maintained its independence, and so has the Arbor is Targaryen. What's that all about? Rhaenyra Targaryen is Lady of the Arbor. That's cool. I had not noticed that. Actual Rhaenyra. And she's an actual dragon rider. Neat. What's her dragon? Her dragon is Ariax. Not an old dragon, only 48 years old, or 40 years old. She's older than her dragon. And she's a lunatic, so she's really got all the Targaryen features. Lunacy and a dragon. But she's also not someone to mess with. Looks like she's a good warrior, and she's got diplomatic skills. Hey, Bernie L. The Russians are helping Aziz win this game. Yeah, that's what the red is symbolic of our Russian funding. House Blackwood is funded by the Russians. This conspiracy runs deeper than you thought. We are in good shape financially. We got 500 gold. That's nice. What's our goal? We're doing the. Oh yeah, we have obtained a dragon. That's right, because we have. Our other goals weren't very satisfying, and this one seems fun, even though it's kind of unlikely. Yeah, let's continue onward. As usual, I encourage people who are playing this game on their own to describe what's happening to our fellow chatters. And also, just tell us what you're doing, what games you're playing if you're not playing this one. It is Friday game night, so that's the thing to talk about. What is this? King Rhaegar Blackwood? We don't care about him. We don't care about this accusation. We're not going to lose 100 prestige over some Bolton frustrations. 1,000 leagues of mountain bog and whatever separate your Dreadfort from our Vale. We care not. Although we do have these marriage alliances with them. Yeah, the North is interesting. There's a pretty sizable Winterfell kingdom that wasn't there that long ago, but it's also ruled by the Umbers, not by the Starks. And the Dreadfort is a pretty strong kingdom up there, and it looks like it has some southern territory as well, maybe. And Carhold's also got a nice chunk going for itself. Oh no, our son is sick. Get him the maester. Us to go prove our martial prowess. You want the one-legged guy who's overweight and craven to go? I don't think so. I think that would be embarrassing. Oh, a drinking party, however. That sounds more like our speed. Now, let's see. As far as territories, what's next on the chopping block? It would be interesting to continue to attack these parts of the West because, frankly, even though we'd rather connect our other kingdoms, the West is more piecemeal. There hasn't really been a big power to emerge. Lord Wendell Harlton. Yeah, stop that. Oh well, nothing happened. Kind of like in the Stormlands here, there's no one power that has really emerged as a major kingdom, same as the Crownlands, where unlike in the Reach, there's sort of three kingdoms. There's Tumbleton Kingdom, the Old Town Kingdom, and Highgarden Kingdom, plus a couple smaller ones. And Dorne is just basically just two kingdoms. And the North is like three or four. And the Vale is very fractured, like the West. Meanwhile, the Crossing has united that spot. So, really, that's an opportunity because not only will we face less opposition over there, but it's wealthy territory, and that whole thing about other houses coming to help, that impact is way less a factor over here because they have a harder time reaching it. And when we're fighting in the Riverlands, well, as we have all talked about many times on the podcast, the Riverlands is in the middle of everything. So whenever you get involved, the idea that someone else could get involved or that you could be attacked by just about anyone remains true at basically all times. But that is not the case for the Western territories. They have far fewer borders, far fewer shared borders, and the terrain itself within the borders of the West is harder to navigate. There's so many hills and mountains. It's much harder to get from. It takes more travel time to go from place to place. Arthur and Elenia, our sister. Well, this is not the most age-appropriate marriage, but it's a good one, so we'll do it. What is this? According to Master Laws Bradamar, the small folk of the Bloody Gate have started a delightful tradition where the small folk from several villages meet up and dance, feast up and pair up for future marriage. That sounds good. Yeah, especially because the benefits are good. We only lose 40 gold. We get prestige. We get tax modifier and prosperity bonuses. Harvest festivals. That's cool. Yes, that's good. We support it. Langward Hall under attack of the High Septon? Really? The High Septon's attacking you? Yeah, we're not getting involved in that. Didn't think the High Septon did that sort of thing. Let's get it started, the message says. Indeed. Hey there, Rudy. Good to see you, and Scott, and anyone else who's joined to watch the game tonight. Better than watching sports, that's for sure. We're gonna play for money, huh? We're gonna play games with our fellow lord here. He beat us, but no penalty. Now let's pause for a second here in the year 8327 and take a look at what our military options. Monhill is a border is on our border, and so that's one option. We do not have the option to just declare war. Oh, they are controlled by the Lord Rupert of Fair Isle. The Farmans thus have these two territories. Now, if we were to declare war on them, we don't have any existing vassal claims here. These are people that we could force the claim for, but they're not current vassals. That's an important distinction. If you press a claim on behalf of one of your vassals, you get that title as into your kingdom. They'll be your vassal when you claim that for them. But if it's just an empty, a person, a non-title holder, say we were to do it for this Brynden Rhaegar, we would be making him the independent Lord of Fair Isle. We would not be making him a vassal of ourselves. So if we wanted to take it, we would have to do this forced vassalization thing, which, as you can see, is hella expensive, 1,000 prestige. But that's because we would be claiming Fair Isle and Monhill, and for all we know, they have some other territory somewhere else that would be also included. You never know with these inheritances. But that's too steep a price to pay. That's half of our prestige almost. So I'd rather do the more standard fabricate claim. Where is he now? We have our Oh, he's currently fabricating a claim in Castamere, which we already have. So that clearly we didn't update that from the end of the last stream. So we either want to go for Sarsfield or Monhill. I think we want them both. It's really just a matter of which one we want first. Probably Sarsfield, because we just beat this Jason the Usurper guy, and if we can get a claim to Sarsfield quickly, he won't have recovered his military strength. And actually, what's our war status with him? Yeah, we don't. We can only declaim. We can't do forced vassalization on this one. We can only claim it in the name of either Elaine or Benera Butterwell. But that would not. Again, that would be the same issue where we wouldn't get to. They wouldn't be part of our kingdom after winning. So, I think we will put the claim, our legal, our Master of Laws, to fabricate a claim on Sarsfield. Yeah. Also, it helps with our goal of wrapping around the Kingdom of Riverrun and sort of encircling them. Plus, I think it's a richer territory. That may not be at the moment. I think in the long run it is. It's got 2 cities, a castle and a sept. Monhill has 2 cities and 2 castles, so that's actually pretty similar. Let's look at it on the green map. The economy map. Oh yeah, they're both green. It looks like actually Monhill is better. But whatever, we're gonna take them both. Green territories make the most money, so that's excellent. We're targeting 2 very green territories here, and then we could take Goldshire after, which a place named Goldshire producing a lot of money really does make sense. And then Hornvale, which is also quite green. So these are very nice territories we're targeting, and we kind of want Chiltern too, but Chiltern is way over here. But it's I think the Freys have it. Yeah, the Freys have it, so that wouldn't be so easy to do. And what about Maidenpool? How rich is Maidenpool? Oops, wrong map. Maidenpool's green, so I definitely want that too. Can we just declare war on Maidenpool? That's another forced vassalization one. 250. Taking 250 for 250 prestige for Maidenpool might be worth it. Let's see, chatters. Why don't you guys weigh in on that? Let's take a look at his military strength. Looks like it's not at maximum right now. There's a smuggler's ring in his area. Marauding pirates have been impacting him. And how about his vassals? He's got 3 vassals who like him. One of them is just a septon, which means they won't have that many men. Yeah, I don't know. We could probably take this guy without too much trouble. The question would be whether he would get help. He's got a few non-aggression pacts, but no alliances. So looks like agreement so far with 250 being a reasonable price for Maidenpool. That is a nice territory. And, oh yeah, so Scott McCloy says, check on that silver mine. Yes, yes. Castamere has... Let's see, we want to check the territory itself. Castamere has a gold mine that needs to be upgraded. Oh no, build gold mine 1. It doesn't even have the first level gold mine. Now the problem here is, of course, Castamere has still suffering from having been recently conquered. Not conquered, but recently looted. Conquering is different. So that's important, but we also have the silver mines at the Crag, which I think is more what Scott was referring to. Whoops, I did that again. And that has the silver... Yeah, so we wanted to eventually take this for ourselves, but we can't. We don't have the ability to claim it right now. I think we even have we had a claim for it and lost it. We claim in the Castle Hammerhold. Oh, we do have strong claim in the Lordship of the Crag, but we don't have any means to take it away from this lord who has it. So I can't think of what we could do about that in the short term other than be like a murderer. But that's not really in our personality. We're not a murderer. We're not the murdering type. We have the trait kind. Okay, so yeah, so I think for now we'll work on this. We have this claim working on Sarsfield, and I think we can just go for it as far as Maidenpool. I think we should be able to take it quick enough that even if they get help, we'll be able to conquer it before that help could really do a lot of difference. Hey, Kyle aka Azor Hype, says, I'm a crag. That hurts me. My feelings are hurt now. He called me a crag. Yeah, D-Cell says, you might just surrender at this stage. Either way, Mootin will thank you later. Yeah. Do not speak to me of Mootin. Mootin is a worm. Mootin is a good diplomat, so that is one thing I would be a little concerned about as far as him having some allies. But I don't think it's a big enough of a worry to deter us. So let us make sure our ducks are in a row here. Our military is almost ready to go. We could stand to recover a little more of our personal vassals, but we have so many vassal levies and a nice amount of cash that I think we could go ahead and do it. Yeah, Matt Reese says reminds us that we have a lot of Stokeworth vassal levies, and those are going to be right here, ready to go. Although I think they don't start with maxed out morale, but still, it's good enough. They'll be right there, and our Blackwood levies, personal Blackwood levies, can come over shortly after. So let's do it. We're gonna continue to conquer. 250 for a nice port city. That's the way to go. All right. Lord Jorah of Stokeworth. That's right. It's a oh, they have soldiers already there, don't they? Okay, so give me the Duskendale men. Is that everybody? There should be maybe a few more here. No, these are all united under the same flag, so they all rise up with the same call. And we'll summon. We could summon these men from the Vale, which are part of our direct control. So they start with max morale because they're immediately ours. And then our Blackwood men, 2291. We'll put that into the command of Titos here. No, one of our organizers. Yeah, Marcelin, so he can get him over there quickly. And then if we have another organizer, then we'll use him for these Valemen, which we do not. So we'll just go with, it hardly matters, Minor Wartum, and then put Titos in charge of that one. All right. On the march, so we're sending in over, this is what, 7,500 men? Looks like so far they only have 1,800. No one's coming to their defense as per yet. Well, and there we go. There's some defense for them, but nothing substantial. The Crossing. Oh, the Crossing helping out. Now that's a big deal. River Run's helping. Uh-oh. Tarth is helping. The Conningtons are helping. Fair Isle's helping. Ashmark is helping. Butterwells are helping. The Wickendens. Okay, so Pink Maiden's helping. 9 Stars is helping. Okay, so a lot of people are helping. But again, as I said, we can overcome this without too much difficulty as long as we just take Maidenpool quickly. Most of these guys who have risen for them are simply going to attack our territory nearest to them, which doesn't really hurt us because they probably won't be able to take it and do any damage to the war score before we're able to take Maidenpool. However, that said, I want to make sure we have as many men as possible, so I'm going to call up a few more to get everything, to make sure there's no make sure we take that spot as quick as possible. Lower the speed. Okay, Raiders under Pirate Lord Oh, Sweet Sister, they're attacking up here. That's kind of annoying, but, I really don't have time to worry about it. I don't think we have enough men to do anything about that anyway. I'm not going to send a bunch of men over to the Sisters. Yeah, we don't have... Sorry, Sisters, we can't really help you. You guys understand. Pirates, you're going to have to help yourselves. Okay, so we're sending all the men there. We've almost already got our initial group to Maidenpool to start the siege. And Some of these people declaring they're going to help the maiden pool may just be lip service. So far, I don't see any kind of large armies on the march. I see a few armies, but they're not very big. Benera Westerling wants to get married. Okay. Oh, cool. Our wife is pregnant. Very nice. Child number 5 is nice to have. Actually, let's see. Arrange marriage this way. Let's find her a local husband. Gareth or Marcellin or Gerald. Yeah, let's go with Gerald. Okay. A Westerling and a Carlet. That's a fine match, isn't it? How many men? Oh, yeah, this is going to be easy. Maybe alone is 813 men sitting in this central. We can storm it once this other group gets here. Yeah, 813 men versus 7607. Let me make sure we have proper generals applied here. Yes, it looks like we do. Let's go ahead and wait an extra few seconds for this last 272 men to get there. Shouldn't take much longer, and then we'll storm it. Looks like we lost something small down there, something we don't care about. All right, 7,500 men, short less 25, and we're going to storm. Done. We're at 61% now. I don't think we can storm this second one, so we're going to have to wait that out, unfortunately. 1,700 men behind these 8.4 level defenses. It's just too much. We can't. I don't think we can storm that. Do we have a siege leader? That is an important question. If we have a siege leader, that's going to help this massively. We do not. Maybe we can recruit one. Let us go to the player searcher. Search all. Join court, yes. Search by military and look for, right at the top, a 25 level siege leader. Oh, hey there. Thank you, Steven Stark. Here be Dragon says, can't stay. You know I love you guys. Can't wait to see you in a shade again at IceFireCon. Hell yeah, that's not long from now, is it? Only about exactly 2 months, I suppose. Yeah, that's right. Cool. Make sure y'all check out Here Be Dragons after Val Iveritas every Sunday. So yeah, let's recruit Baron here. Invite to court. And we will put him in charge of this siege, and it will go way faster. And yeah, so right now I see a couple of armies harassing our territories, but nothing like 1,600 men besieging the Bloody Gate is really, that's going to take them forever. These guys have taken a chunk of Stony Sept, which apparently that cost us 2% on the war score. They may harass some of our other smaller territories, but that's ultimately not going to matter if we conquer Maidenpool itself. Hey there, Minge Forever. Good to see you too. Looks like we got a lot of the usual crew here on Friday, the ever-growing usual crew. Certainly having these every Friday has helped make it more of a regular thing. That's how these things tend to work, isn't it? All right, unpause. Where's that siege leader? Come on now. $400 more men from our Blackwood territories. Oh, there he is. Are joining the besieging army. Oh, I got to actually name him to be a commander first. That would help. And I had, as I often do, I leave one commander slot open. Easier to do when you have a kingdom, because then you have a lot more commander slots. Hell yeah. Siege leader. Boom. Put him in charge. And actually, let's use this as an experiment to see what difference this makes. Let's click on it. We're currently at... Oh, we don't even have a percentage yet because it's not... The siege weaponry isn't built yet. Okay, so I don't want to delay it by doing that. If the siege was already in progress, we could see what a difference it made to switch to this guy, but the siege hasn't actually started yet. They're still building the equipment. And this guy will help that go faster. All right, yes. So not only do we have a better general in charge of the siege once it begins, but we now have an extra... We added a few more men to the siege as well, 7,600. And so far, none of these armies look terribly menacing. We've got someone attacking over here in Maidstone, and we've still got the menacing Stony Sept, but these just really are not, don't threaten the overall war effort. They would have to combine their forces to really threaten us, and none of these armies are even over 2,000. Even if they combined all of them, they would only have about as much as us, and they're nowhere near each other. So this is looking good. Hey, yeah, definitely. I definitely agree with what Violent Messiah 666 says. Perfect way to spend a Friday night late here, so it's chill. Where is everybody watching from? Of course, as you guys probably know, we're here in Roswell, Georgia, which is one of the suburbs of Atlanta. It is north and west of Atlanta. It's about 25, 30 minutes to Atlanta by car. Not far. Atlanta is a very spread out city full of suburbs, so it's very normal. It's one of the more, well, yeah, I like Atlanta a lot. It's kind of green here. It's for a city anyway. Lots of trees in Atlanta. Okay, our people are courts plotting against each other. Yeah, this siege is going really fast. 28%, 9% every 12 days. That's pretty fast for a siege. You often see something only about half that. Look at that siege leader gives it times it by 1.9 so that you can see how much speed is being added to this. Yeah, we're going to have this really fast. I think that'll be it. I think once we take this, that'll be the end of it. We may have to take one of the other spots, but I think this, once we take this, that's going to be it. Especially if we capture the Lord of Maidenpool himself, which is entirely likely. I see Oslo, Norway, Madison, Wisconsin, Sussex, England, Halle, Germany, Perth, Australia. Cool. Dublin, Ireland. Right on. Virginia Beach, Virginia. H-Town. That's Houston. Yep. And 99% war score. Oh, we can just take this sept and that'll be that. That'll give us the last 1% we need. Actually, it didn't. We're still at 99%. Okay, well, we'll take this last spot then with only 408 men. That should get us the rest of the way there. That's funny. There we go. That's 100%. And Maidenpool is ours. We're Rhaegar the Dreamer, but really we've done as much conquering as Rhaegar the Green Dreamer, and the kind mystic Rhaegar, one-legged Green Dreamer, has done more conquering than anyone except our initial king, Hodor himself. And Hodor certainly couldn't conquer nearly as large territories because he wasn't working with nearly as much in terms of manpower. So his conquests were perhaps more significant, but these are the biggest for sure. So Rhaegar's been potentially our most important king other than the first. And with that, we are much closer to uniting. Look at this triangle. We just need to unite the center here, and we'll have connected our Vale territories, our Riverlands territories, and our Crownlands territories all together. But the big problem is they are owned by other kingdoms. They are not independently held territories. This is, yeah, they're all ruled by the Crossing. And that means we're going to have to come into conflict with them, maybe just over these territories. We don't necessarily have to conquer all of the Crossing to take these. But coming into conflict with them is obviously no small deal. Although if we time it right, if we get lucky, we might be able to time it in a way that it is a small deal. Certainly, and another benefit to that is if we fight the Freys for, say, just Chiltern, this spot right here, there's no way River Run is going to get involved over that. That's not the kind of dispute that we can expect a bunch of allies to go, oh no, we can't let the Blackwood get any bigger because it's already, the Freys are already really big, and yeah, that shouldn't be a worry. So that's a nice thing, a nice factor to keep in mind for us here. Unmarried heir, well, of course he's unmarried. His wife, his betrothed is too young. But look at her, 18 intrigue, kind or quick with, well, she's ruthless and lazy. That's not good. Patient and deceitful. Well, she's also Dornish. It'd be interesting to see what their kids look like. It's also so interesting that we all of a sudden have really devoted ourselves to having black-haired Blackwoods again after lots of blonde and brown, where our heir somehow has black hair Oh, because of our wife, I guess, right? Yeah, she has black hair. Okay, that's not strange at all. She has black hair. And then a Dornish bride. So we're really committing to the black hair, which is good because we're House Blackwood. It all makes sense, doesn't it? Rudy says that the Duskendale group of territories looks like a fish. The Tullys are jealous. Holy crap, you're right. That really does look like a fish. There's the tail. And it's diving south towards Dorne, towards Dragonstone. By the way, this would be quite the juicy territory to take. Dragonstone itself. But it's... Because King's Landing... It's not King's Landing. There was never a King's Landing. Oh, it is called King's Landing. Oh, of course, yeah, because we started in the year... we started during the Blackfire Rebellion, not pre-Conquest. I was thinking of our last campaign. But it's a really rich territory, of course. It's at the mouth of the Blackwater. It's all this trade wealth. And we're right next to it. One day. If we did that, we could maybe reform the Iron Throne and start thinking really big. Christine Blackwood needs a focus. She's kind of multi-talented so far. But we'll go with the standard duty education. See more people chiming in with where they're from. We got Netherlands, we got Stockholm, we got Minneapolis. Very cool. Very spread out there. Nice diverse group of attendees. Love of A Song of Ice and Fire is truly a worldwide thing. Now, what's next on the menu? Apparently fish was on the menu. Fishtail was on the menu, and we didn't realize it until after we took it. And what? Yes. Well, look at our money. It's ominous 666. So, let's get back to that. We should build something in our home territory, make our capital stronger. That's always a nice ongoing project. We can build... Oh, looks like we have discounts. Is that a discount or is that an increased cost? I think it's a decrease. I think this is normally 150. Oh, we've had another son. Our third son name. It's the default. The suggested name is Lyman, but since Steven has been sending regular super chats, I'll make. Well, it's time for us to have a Steven Blackwood. That's a good idea. Or yeah, Steven. I was briefly considering naming him Stark Blackwood because he's Steven Stark, but we have a Stark like at our court, so that would be a little confusing. All right, cool. So we have our third son Steven. Maybe one day we'll give him a territory, and there'll be a cadet branch, the Steven Stark branch of House Blackwood. We're only age 40, so as usual, I try to play the whole character in one session. That was basically impossible. Last time we played over a 4-hour session and didn't even get to age 40 because we started at age 14. I mean, what are you going to do? He was a very young king and has been a successful king, too, no doubt. We're still working on our claim to Sarsfield. Let's look around, I guess, and see if there's anyone we could force to be our vassal. Any more of these 250 cost vassals. They cost a 250 prestige to take. That's well worth it for a lot of them. Some of them it's not because they're just poor territories. But you win a lot of that back just by winning the war. So, Atlanta would be kind of cool. Is this independent right now? Because we could connect it to our other territory here. We could try to connect our Stokeworth territories to the Stony Sept territory, since it'd be a lot harder to go north, as we know, because of the pesky Kingdom of Riverrun being in the way. And I would also really love to take these Dornish territories back, but I'm not eager to fight Dorne, even though they're so far away. I doubt they could really harm us. Martin the Orange. Rudy says, are any of the territories south of the gate worth taking? Make it so that when you get to the spot from the phrase, you're all connected. Oh, you mean like Stonehead here, for example. That's the one that's the most available, because this is a mountain range that's already separating is already separating Blackwood, our territories, from the rest of. This is the only way through. You can only, if you're on land, the only way you can go through is through Stonehead here, or by ship, or by coming all the way around Crow's Barrens and coming through the top, which would take forever because just like the West, these territories are really slow going because they're mostly hills and mountains. So Stonehead is actually a very good idea. Let's see if we can we force vassalize it? 250. It's not quite as good of a place. It's just a city and a capital, or a city and a castle. Doesn't have a second territory. But we could probably take it pretty quickly. It's got most of its troops. Let's take a look at this guy and see if he's got any sort of... they have an alliance with the Lady of Dire Den. So the Dire Den would come to their aid, or risk, looking bad, losing prestige and honor. Now, I forget which one Dire Den is. Where is that? Oh, it's all the way down there at the tip of near Crackclaw Point. So I do not think that's much of a threat. They would have to march through Maidenpool all the way around the Bay of Crabs, all the way around the Bay of Crabs to get here. So that is not, and I doubt they have very many troops anyway. So that's not much of a threat. Plus, their lady apparently is incapable. What's wrong with her? Oh, she's got some sort of severe health condition. So that is definitely not very intimidating. All right, so that's a good idea, Rudy. That's a very good idea. I think that's what we should do. Are we ready to do it right away? That's our military situation. We have less military than we had a minute ago, but we still could. Let's wait a little bit. Just let some of this repop. And Faring Cross is under attack. That is too far away from us, I think. Oh, well, I don't even see it listed under their territories here. Anyway, we're not going to help. Anyway. On pause. Yeah, we were going to build something. That's what we were going to do. And then build something and then let our troops repop a little bit more and then take Stonehead. Sounds like a plan. Okay, so what building do we do next? We can't build Castletown, not because of the money. We can actually afford this, but we do not have the prerequisite buildings. Large Estates 4 is required, which clearly is... Oh, that's what we wanted to do. We were considering saving up to actually try to make our capital bigger, which is a really expensive endeavor. Maybe we're not quite ready for that. Maybe we should do a few smaller improvements along the way. And... especially the ones that give us more money, which will help us get to that point. Yeah. I think that's probably a better long-term plan. And our heir is probably the one to try to pull that off under, because our heir is the one that has really high stewardship. And, oh yeah, he could form a bank. That should be a goal. One of our sons should make the Bank of Blackwood. Because you need 16 stewardship and 1,000 gold to do that. So we'll try to make sure that's what kind of money he has. Now, remember how hard it is to pass money down when you have a bunch of kids. That gets divided up. The territory does not get evenly divided up, but the money does. That's another reason to spend, because we're not going to be able to pass a lot of our cash down. But of course, these improvements stay in the family forever unless they're lost through calamity like war and extended sieges or things like that. Things that are very unlikely to happen. Things that, if they do happen, we're having much bigger problems. D-Cell asks, is Rushmore still independent? Rushmore. Which one's Rushmore? I forget which one Rushmore is. This is a good chance for me to show the... Can't you search for... Isn't there a search function for territories? I forget. Oh, yeah, Rushmore's next to Old Stones, he says. That's right. Rushmore right here. No, it is... No, it is. It is independent. Good eye. I didn't see that. I thought I was looking at Old Stones. Because Old Stones is actually controlled by the phrase. No, it's not. It's independent. It just has that color. That's strange because it's not ruled by anyone because it's a ruin. And that's what I thought we were seeing. I thought that this indicated the ruins there, but I had them flip flopped in my head. So that is an option as well. It's awkward because it's surrounded by the existing crossing territory, but not exactly because, like I said, Old Stones is not technically theirs. It is just an empty spot. So this is just an empty border here. So yeah. So Rushmore should be on the list. Wait, we can't declare war. Why is that? Oh, we can't force vassalization. Oh, probably because we don't share a border. That's part of it. So we would actually have to do the claim process on that one. So I guess that's not as much of a priority as taking some of these western territories because they are, well, richer. I don't think Rushmore is worth that much. So back to the plan. Let's speed time up a little bit. What a thing to be able to casually do. Let's speed time up. And definitely Rudy's Stonyhead suggestion is very good. Oh, look, their leader is also a lunatic. So once what? Now we have even more. What is going on with our vassals? We have even less guys available. Are they fighting each other or something? Let's check on some of our vassals here. What is going on with the vassals who don't like us? Well, of course, the Maidenpool guy doesn't like us. That's nothing surprising. And the Red Fort cousin of ours doesn't like us. Now, she could be giving us way more support. As you can see, this is how much they're giving. 141 men out of this many possible. So if we were to have better relationship with the Red Fort, goodness, could we have way, way more men than this. We could have a lot more if we had a better relationship. So a lot of these relationships, if they were to improve, would result in us having more men to use. Let's see if we have any titles to hand out. It occurs to me. Nope, doesn't look like we do. All we have is Court Jester, so that's not a very good title. Yeah, we are in that Night's Watch War too. A good reminder there. And Wokwon asks, do you have any prisoners you can trade for gold? That's a good question. I haven't checked on that in a while. We do not have any prisoners. Known plots 16. Goodness. All right. Do we care about any of these? Replace Mistress Walk, Master Kyle, Sir Orson. Replace see Belena dead. Kill Jeremy Seagard Glass. Kill Lady Silva, Lothar Blaintree, Master Theon Stark. Kill the Airball. None of these are threatening our actual kin or ourself. So I'm not too worried about that. Monaris the dragon. Good for him. And yeah, okay. Well, so we're building large estates, and I would really like the Lady of Castamere to build those gold mines when she can. And Daisy. How's our son doing? He should be getting married pretty soon. Yeah, they're married now. He's 20. She's about to hit her educational trait. That should be when she's... I guess she turned 16 at the end of this year, so maybe not quite that soon, but soon-ish. She's got patient, deceitful, humble, charitable, but also ruthless, and of course, the excellent trait quick. And he has a lot of the same traits. Charitable, humble, patient, and chaste. Chaste? That's not what you want your son to be when he's the heir. Don't be chaste with your wife. Give this dude some cash. All right. We could, I suppose, another place we could expand into is Crackclaw Point. These should be really easy to take, although by the same token, they're not worth that much. Let's click on the money economy map and look at that. Yeah, they're on the darker end. Red is like nearly worthless. This one's Dire Den is doing okay. But as you can see, the West is where the money is at. Like, seriously, look at that green. And a lot of the greens are familiar territories. There's the Crossing, dark green. The Arbor, where all the wines are. Old Town is very green. You got Bitterbridge is green. Looks like Highgarden's had some problems. It's not as green as you might think. Red Lake is unusually green. King's Landing, of course, very green. Ironwood, very green. Sunspear is kind of green. Obviously, Pentos is green. The Free City is mostly very green. And a few other spots. The major cities of Slaver's Bay. A lot of the spots you would expect to be green are green, the ones that you expect to be wealthy. A lot of these are trade routes you're seeing. And, of course, the ones where the trade routes emanate from and pass through tend to have more green in them, and which also stands to reason for pretty straightforward factors. Winterfell's very green as well, the greenest spot in the north. Sometimes White Harbor's greener, but they probably had some recent wars or something to slow them down in that regard. One children lacks education focus. Let's take care of that. Ryman Blackwood, who is our nephew. He is a learner. This kid's a student of stuff. He's just a student. I didn't have to say of stuff. He's just a student. Willful, affectionate. Yeah, these are all. Yeah, let's go with the diplomacy education. That's where he's leaning. So we have this Carol Vance guy is set to inherit this title that's ours. But I thought we had disabled illegal. We have illegal controlled Roman inheritance, so that's not going to be a problem. And let's see. I feel like I'm forgetting something, but onward. How is our army repopping going? Not bad. It's back up to over 14,000. Stonyhead should be doable pretty soon. I'm gonna give it just another minute or two. We just inherited Castle Mudford. Oh yeah, just one of the little castles. We'll just be passing that back on. Oh, nice. Books. Yes, a book. A rare book. We definitely want that. Whatever it is. What book is it? It doesn't show up in our... It's just some book. Okay, well, did we get a bonus from that? Nothing. We just got a book and nothing happened. I guess that's a yes. Almost got the large estates built, and then we might jump to the big castle town right after. Bust that income to a higher level. Spend a lot what we have to get bigger. So I was talking about this on Twitter. I highly recommend the show Ottoman, or Rise of Empires Ottoman on Netflix. It's 6 episodes, and it's got the siege of Constantinople in 1453, which is the inspiration for a lot of the inspiration for the Battle of the Blackwater, because it has a chain. It has Greek fire, which is the biggest influence for wildfire. It has slave soldiers, eunuch slave soldiers, the Janissaries. It has a blood moon. And it has Charles Dance narrating it. It's actual Tywin Lannister as a narrator. It's an interesting type of program because it's got drama. It's mostly a drama. It's got acting and battles and everything, but it's also just cuts away for a minute or two at a time to interview a historian to get some actual historian thoughts. It's kind of one of these sort of combo docudrama, but a lot more of the drama than the docu, but the docu is very big and prominent, and it featured a few historians that I'm familiar with, like Lars Brownworth, who did the 12 Byzantine Empires podcast. That is one of the older podcasts out there. It's just 12 episodes, one for each of these emperors. And the last episode of that show is the last Byzantine emperor, Constantine, who you know, lost the city. I imagine a lot of you guys have watched it already, but for those of you who haven't, you will enjoy it almost certainly, I think. Oh yeah, we married our daughter to a high tower, it looks like. Forgot about that. Okay, maybe it's time for Stonehead now. Let's do it. Declare war. Make sure it's still just 250 prestige. Indeed. Call the men. Our three main sources of manpower, close by manpower anyway, would be these guys here. The armies of Fairmarket and Fieldstone we'll go ahead and toss in for good measure. And these guys will all march north to meet at Stonyhead. All they seem to have is 1590. Last time I spoke too soon when saying no one was helping him. So they called in, they called in Yolanda of Dire Den, as we thought. Sal's Horn is helping, so is Atranta. Oh, the Freys are going to help. They are jumping in. Cornfield, Heart's Home, Cider Hall, Strong Song, Hollard Hall, Peckledon, Griffin's Roost, Fair Isle, Mosborough, the Erie, Hardvale. A bunch of people who aren't... Oh, the Erie. Now that's a substantial army. That one we have to worry about. Looks like we should bring more men because things are happening. Time to slow the time frame back down to not make any mistakes with there's lots of armies walking around. So it's funny, more men seem to have emerged to stop us on this front than they did on the last one, but this one is more isolated. It'll be harder for anyone to come help, although this Vale army is... that's a problem. That's a problem. So I think we're going to call in even more men. Martlet Bay has men to offer as well. So far, so good. This army isn't moving. Oh, they're waiting to team up, I suppose. Captured Septon Benfrey. How nice. Okay, so this guy's running away to Salt Pans, and we are going to send this army down to Stonyhead, which is fine because if this area army marches, it may just end up besieging the Bloody Gate, which will keep it nicely occupied because that is no simple, short, easy task to besiege the Bloody Gate. Meanwhile, we'll have a substantial army gathered to set on top of Stonyhead and make it really hard for anyone to attack because, again, defensive bonuses are huge all over the Vale. You don't want to be the attacker when you're in the Vale, with some exception. There definitely is some exception to that rule. They're going to get there on the 4th. They're going to get there. Oh, shoot. We don't want to actually beat them there. We don't want to catch them there. Nope, stay there. But that's going to happen anyway. We're going to attack them. I guess I mistimed that. That's fine. We're going to hit them. And look at this strange distribution of the army. 10 men in the center, 2,371 on the right. Or left, rather. Let's reorganize that. Just make it one unit. No flanking army. That's kind of pointless, isn't it? And do we have a mountain commander? I don't think we do. So yeah, we'll just stick with the best guy we have. Couple of different tricks we can pull here to pick off some of these smaller armies before they can have a chance to maybe unite, but I don't think that's even a worry at this point. Yeah. As usual, it's really all about just taking the target before the allies can stop you or do enough damage to your other territories, and usually that is not... All you need to do is get started before they do, because it's usually just a race of sieges. And, well, we have the benefit of this excellent siege general that we're going to add to the mix here. And that's going to really make it really hard for anyone else. Plus, also, just the way war score is target value calculated. War score generally favors the thing the war is about. So if they're just attacking other territories of yours while you're taking the thing that the war is based on, you get more points towards, or percentage towards winning the war. So that's really huge. Well, this battle I didn't mean to start went really well, so that's good. Oh, we built large estates in Raventry Hall. Very nice. Everyone's headed towards Stonyhead. Is Baron leading this army? Yes, he is. Oh, a little Vale army trying to sneak in here, or a little Frey army trying to sneak in and do some damage. Are these guys committed? No, stay there. Oh, they can't. One of them, they're not. Oh, that's annoying, isn't it? Okay, so these guys are headed there, kind of separately. While this guy is trying to head. Where is this guy trying to head? This Frey army. It is heading to Willowwood. Where is it going to get there? The 16th, so 9 days. This one's going to get there first, and then these guys are going to show up. Well, what we can do about that is divert this army over there to smack this silly Frey army. Especially if we put the organizer in charge of it. It'll happen nice and fast. And make sure this is reasonably led by somebody. Don't have it not led by a general at all. Looks like some battles are about to happen. We're going to lose that one, but then these guys will come in and win it for them. Ah, yeah, they got there before the battle was lost. Yay. Eat that, phrase. There we go. Hoster Tarek of Wycombe was captured. Well, we'll get a ransom for that guy. Joseph Stark, the young wolf. He's 50. He can't be the young wolf. All right, then. Oh, and we've almost fought our way through this first part of the siege here. And we wonder how many territories we're going to need to take before resolving it. Yep, just another few seconds here, and this first obstacle will be surpassed. And all right, that's it. We did it. That was easy. Just had to keep our cool about all the allies that they were finding, but just remind ourselves that they weren't close enough to do damage. And we have Stonyhead. Just this little sliver. This little sliver here keeps us from having our territories united. So close. Okay. Send all these troops back home. These guys also can go back home as soon as they finish marching. Come on. Let's go. There we go. All right. Very good. And Rhaegar the Conqueror, the conquering dreamer, continues to get the job done. All right. Raise your glasses to another successful campaign. Yes, it is Friday and it is Conquest Day. Blackwood Day. All right, that was cool. So we've taken Stonyhead and Maidenpool. That's really nice. And we're still working on that claim over here. That hasn't gone anywhere. We're still waiting to be able to take King Jason. And this calculus hasn't changed, I don't suppose. For Lord Rupert of Fair Isle would probably be 1,000 prestige still. Right? Yeah, 1,000 prestige, which is very steep. And we also want to take... we've considered some of these other territories around here. Maybe like Antlers or Crackclaw Baron and Hollard Hall. Hollard Hall would be kind of nice. What do we need to do to take that? Was that another force vassal? That's another 250. Let's see, actually. Let's see if we have any other... Oh, yeah, let's ransom prisoners. That's what we want to do. And we want to... Wheat claims, Lordship of Wycombe. These are all people that either are too far away or they're not existing lords. High Lordship of the Golden Tooth by Benera West. That's an interesting one. Let's see. Oh, no, she isn't even... Yeah, she's not a lord already or a lady, so... All right. Unpause time. Let it run. And we got to build something else. Like I said, we finished our... important estates there. Joshua Oh, yeah, the Gardener family. Let's find him someone cool. Let's see if we can find him a neat... Oh, an Umber princess. That's pretty cool. There's a couple of Umber princesses that he could marry. Let's go with the elder one. All right, so back to here. What are we going to build? We can actually go ahead with the castle town. Boost our income even more. Or the steward's tower to boost our base infantry. 30% garrison size increase. That is substantial. 350 heavy infantry is also quite substantial. A lot of these buildings are very substantial. Militia training grounds, 240 new men. 140 of them are archers. Archers are really, really useful in... I mean, in general, archers are great, but... terrain-wise, archers are particularly strong when you're on defense. Because, obviously, you're attacking people that are shooting at you, moving towards them, which gives them a very straightforward advantage. Especially when they're like on a castle wall or something like that. So I'm tempted to... But I think I'll just go with money. I think we'll just... invest max investment in infrastructure, spend most of what we've saved on that, and we have really nice income, and this will just make it even better. Up to 10.74. That's really good. That's about as high as we've had. So we definitely want to keep spending to spend money to make money. Alana and Joshua get married. That's nice. Oh, yeah, we didn't check on Lady Allison. What'd she get? She's not only is she pregnant. Oh, no. She got, after all that, she got amateurish plotter. Oh, and she has difficult pregnancy. Oh, no, that's final months, not difficult pregnancy. That would just be another whammy. So that's disappointing that she only got amateurish plotter after all that. But she still has 19 intrigue. She's still very impressive overall. And if she has, like, if she has a son that has quick, that she passes this trait down to, then I won't even care about that failure of education. So yeah, any second now she's going to give birth, and we're going to have a grandchild. What's going to happen? What's going to happen? Let's speed things back up. . Any day now. Are there raiders up in the Sisters again? Apparently. Oh, yeah. Matt Reese says, what happened with Wayfarer's Rest? This kingdom, this just... Jeez. You're right. I didn't see that. It's right in front of my face, and there's a whole new kingdom that just split Riverrun in half. Wow, it is a whole new kingdom. King Waltyr of Wayfarer's Rest, the first king of House Vance. Impressive. Yeah, Kingdom of House Vance formed just now. 5 months ago, 5 months in game time ago, which is... No, not 5 months, 2 months ago. 2 months ago in game time, which is like just a couple minutes. Nice. High Lordship of Southstone, High Lordship of Wayfarer's Rest. Well, that's great for us, because obviously 2 separate kingdoms is much easier for us to manage than 1 large kingdom. And it looks like Pink Maiden is separate from Riverrun now, too. They're a similar color, but this is separate. Wow. How about that, y'all? That's pretty big news. Interesting. Looks like Goldtown has gotten a lot bigger, too. Look at this united little king, the Kingdom of Goldtown. Yeah, that's a thing, the Kingdom of Goldtown. It splits our territory right apart, so that might be a little future thing for us to deal with. But they're not going to attack us lightly. We're a bit too strong for that. Let's keep an eye on other stuff. Old Town and Highgarden still have that same border. Casterly Rock has its small little thing with more down here. Dorne continues to be all over the place, but also, while also being the most united of the kingdoms. The north. What's happened in the north? The Dreadfort's gotten a little bit bigger. Looks like Winterfell has 2. I don't think they were quite this far south before. Harlaw Hill, interestingly. The Ironborn are popping up in some interesting spots. They're not usually on the eastern seaboard like that, but these are strange times. The rules are rewritten. Traditional expectations must be set aside. Matt Reed suggests Pink Maiden be next on the menu. Where is Pink? Which one? Pink Maiden? Yeah, right here. In between. We got Harroway's Town. We got Derry. We got all these little guys nearby. Pink Maiden. Yeah, Pink Maiden's since it's independent now, and right next to our Stony Sept and Castlewood territories. Yeah, what is the deal? Can we just? Oh, we can claim it for our Stony Sept guy. Very nice. Very nice. Because that requires no prestige cost. That's the thing about claiming on behalf of one of your existing lords. That's the way to go. We tried to ransom prisoners, but none of that actually happened yet, did it? Oh, here's one that's going to actually be able to pay. Yeah. I think they just didn't have the money to give us. But yeah, I think Pink Maiden, yeah. All right, I need to run to the restroom. Let's take a 5-minute break, everybody. Let anyone else, you guys have a chance to go grab a drink as well. Refresh your beverage. And I will be right back for more Blackwood. All right. I'm back. Let's see. What's everyone... I'm reading what everybody said during the comments here. D-Cell said getting coffee, Violent Messiah getting crown shots, and werewood time. Oh, I know what you mean by werewood. I bet you're not the only one visiting the werewood tree during the stream. And of course, it's our sigil, the werewood tree. Okay. Yeah, Pink Maiden. I wonder, with Riverrun having this fracture, I wonder, yeah, their military situation's not great. Not that we could attack them, but yeah, we don't even have a valid Casus Belli to attack them. Nor do we have such for attacking. Oh, we do have a valid Casus Belli for attacking Wayfarer's Res, but only to claim Acorn Hall and not even for our kingdom. So, looks like more and more factors are pointing to Pink Maiden. Pink Maiden is also a pretty good territory, isn't it, I think? Yeah, look at that. It's got 4 sub-territories. Two of them are cities, one of them's a castle, and one's a sept. Nice maximum county tax. Yeah, Pink Maiden's pretty useful. Let's do that, like, now. Well, actually, double check our military. Make sure we can do it. Yeah, we're a little low. We're only at about 2/3 strength here, but we're almost maxed on our vassal levies. And like we said, Pink Maiden should be. Actually, Pink Maiden's not weak. Riverrun is weak, so that means Riverrun won't help them. Not that they were super likely to, but that's actually, we need to check that as well. What pacts do they have? They have 4 non-aggression pacts, no alliances. So, let's give it a minute, because I think the delay could only help us, because they're almost maxed out on their troops, and we're not. So let's repop a few more of our men. And then we'll go for them. In the meantime, I could check into some of these other possibilities. Force vassalization on Crackclaw Point. Yeah. Now, this is not the only way to do things. If we were an intriguer type character, or if we were like a great diplomat, now we're just modest at both of those things, we could be forming alliances and talking them into joining our kingdoms and things like that. Or we could be murdering certain people after creating marriages and things like that to have the claims and the ownership of titles passed down the way we want. That's the thing you do when you're an intriguer. And that's what I thought we'd be doing with this character when he was 14 and then ruthless and green dreamer. But the ruthlessness went away and became kindness. It flipped to the complete opposite. So that didn't exactly go the way we thought. But what are you going to do? Oh, wow. Am I just... Didn't even see it. We had this Sunborn and it just didn't even pop up. Halder Blackwood. I'm not going to accept Halder as the name though. All right. So we need a name. This is an important name. We're changing this name. We're renaming Halder because this is a future king Blackwood, assuming it lives to inherit. So, we could use an ancestral name, or we could use a name one of you guys suggest. Well, let's see. I don't think I owe anyone. I don't recall any. Sometimes someone has super chatted, and I give them a name, or they super chat because they want the name. But I don't think anyone's in the queue for that. So we're wide open here. We haven't had another Hordor. But I'm kind of holding out on a Hordor the second, because I want someone that has his, like, size, or some of his genetic traits, because Hordor had a very specific genetic makeup, and I'd like to see that repeated before we use that name again. D-Cell says Hueris. That's pretty good. Where is? It's almost like... I'm sort of tempted just to use one of our... descendants. We could have I like having the second and the third. Hendry the Strange. We could go. We could go with a Hendry because Hendry was also an owner of the Necronomicon, like us.
Soup.
Oh yeah, Shea says soup. Soup Blackwood. We were talking about that in the car. Yeah, I could go with soup. Horus or Hour. I kind of like Horus. That's kind of cool. Horus Blackwood. It's got the Egyptian feel, but that's not a type of soup.
Soup.
Whoop soup or poop soup?
No, definitely not poop soup.
Rudy says the name Horus is heresy. Haha. I get it. Yep. All right. We're going with a possible Hendry II because it's the father, because the grandfather and his great grandfather have that in common. Okay, back to it. We are currently building the, what's it called? The big improvement, Castletown. And we're already back to 300 money. And we're trying to get Castamere. We've got a claim working on that. And we're soon going to attack Pink Maiden once a few more of our troops have repopped. Looks like we could call up 10,500 max right now. Oops, forgot to click on that guy. Whatever. Another dragon. Jeez, there's a lot of dragons in this world, I think. Canoran is the dragon. There is just so many dragons. That's definitely going to matter at some point. Someone that we want to go up against or who wants to go up against us is going to have a dragon. And that's going to be a problem. It could be a big problem. But hey, we're looking for a dragon egg right now. That's our goal. So maybe we'll be owners of a dragon. A Blackwood dragon. That would be wild. As would surprise nobody, I have played this game quite a lot. But anyone who's followed these streams knows that we have not played a Dragon Rider. Now, you can just start off as one. It's not like some impossible, difficult to unlock thing. It's very difficult to become a Dragon Rider if you don't start off as one, though. Or a Dragon Rider family. Whoa, speaking of, Gloombringer died. Wow, okay. That's a cool name for a dragon, Gloombringer. Lived to 95, which isn't that old for a dragon. But it was not death of old age. It said she died of wounds. We still have some prisoners. Can we do any... here's another... we can sell Lord Hoster back for 70 gold. That's nice. That's a good chunk. Rhaegar Targaryen already got a new dragon. Trogdax? Trogdax. Is that Trogdor's cousin? I bet it is. This is totally a Trogdor reference. If y'all are familiar with Trogdor the Burninator from the Homestar Runner franchise, the Homestar Runner was birthed here in a suburb of Atlanta, not far from where I live. Even closer to where I lived when it actually was born. Yep, good for her. Trogdax. I don't think much of your naming skills, but at least we got to joke about it. Cool. Now we're back to over 420 gold. Heh. And we're still building that castle town. Yes, obligate the vassal, Master Daffin. We have... What are our titles right now? We have we have the Castle of Mudford. We don't really... we're going to give that away, but we're going to give it to Prince Brendan, our son. We're going to create a little cadet branch. Give that to him. That'll be cool. Yeah, Scott McCloy said Minestrone. See, Minestrone is definitely a good name for a character, right? As well as a name for a soup. I said the exact same thing to Ashea in the car. We also talked about the very important details of if there was a house soup. If they're bastards from House Soup would certainly be a cadet branch called Stew or maybe Chowder, you know, House Chowder, House soup fire. These are the important types of details that have to be worked out when you're making up your own house. You gotta come up with all these angles. You gotta be thorough. All right, everything seems good in our kingdom at the moment. It's definitely Pink Maiden still on the menu. Are you sure you don't want to just join us, Pink Maiden? Just join us. Hey! Another dragon? Gorthalon. A lot of raiders from Lorath attacking Iron Oaks. Damn, that's, I don't think we can get... Can we get enough troops to do anything about that? Probably not. I would like to try, though. Can we call up... Let's see. How many can we call up an Old Anchor? We can call up 2,500 there, plus 2,200 here, plus our main vassal strength, 2,099, putting our Nathi commander, our Nathi organizer commander in charge to bring these men here as quickly as possible. And send these maiden pool men. Oh, that's not really worth help. They're going to take so long. It won't even help. Actually, I'm curious, though. What is the maximum strength of maiden pools? Does it have a... It has a castle shipyard, so it does have some galley strength. So we finally are going to start having a little bit of a navy. But nothing we can actually do anything with. But we'd be on our way. We're getting the seeds. If we can call up 36 ships from vassals at this point, with better relationships, surely that will be higher. But notice how we have 0 of our own. So we're relying entirely on vassals for that. But it's something. You know, it's a start. It's a start. That with 36 ships, you can move 3,600 men, which is also pretty big, especially if you can, you know, not by itself, but you can move it from... You could bring 3,600 men, say, from all the way from the west all the way around through the rivers to get to this side of the map, for example, which is pretty valuable. Okay. Should have called these Old Anchor guys up sooner so that their morale would be building up. But it's too late anyway. Damn, the raiders have finished their job. When it turns red like this, that means all the looting they can do is done. So they're about to run away. We're not going to be able to drive them up. I was hoping to at least stop them from maxing out. That would help a little bit. But alas, we was too late. That's the problem with raiders. It's really hard to stop them. Especially with a kingdom like ours that's really disparate like this. Gorkos, the dragon? Jeez, these names. But again, another dragon hatch. This is crazy. It's like 3 dragons in the past, 10 minutes. Plus, I was commenting that there's a lot of dragons in this game, in this current campaign, even before that. However, these guys still haven't left yet. Are they besieging it? They're actually besieging it? Okay, well, then maybe we are going to capture these guys. Or... not capture them, but fight them. Yeah, they're not running away. We're going to smash them. Oh, they're just not timing it very well. There we go. Got him. Take that, Raiders. We lost 700 men, but we smashed them. They were going to, yeah, they were going to finish it off. They were going to try to take the city itself. Usually a lot of times they just take the loot and run away, but they had enough men to take the castle, and so looked like they were committed to that, considering they hadn't left after their flag turned red. So we had to do that, a little diversion, but you know, you got to defend the kingdom, right? Looks like 9 stars is an option for us too, by the way. Oh my goodness, 9 stars has lots of problems. Incompetent ruler, diplomacy device, smugglers ring, thieves guild. Wow, this place has been ruled awfully. Well, we could pick this guy off. Just force vassalization for 250. The old, I mean, yeah, right? Ostensibly, this is a decent territory. It's not big. I mean, it's bigger than it is valuable, probably. The loot is small. But actually, because of all these problems, it would take a while for it to become profitable. But it would be pretty easy to take. I don't know. That's tough. These are tough. This is a tough decision because I'm not sure. It would be easy to take. And if we don't take it, the Freys might, for example. That's the other thing. It's kind of like an arms race where all these independent territories are getting snatched up. And it can help connect, especially if we can control both sides of the Bay of Crabs. It'd be pretty powerful. We have Maidenpool here. If we control Crabshore and Wickenden and 9 stars behind it, well, it's in the path of the kingdom we're carving out. So the argument is whether it becomes a higher priority because the Freys might take it first. Because it's definitely on the menu eventually. It's on the list, but it's kind of crappy. It's not the richest territory. You know, it's nothing like these western territories, for example. Look at that. It's red on the finance map. Doesn't provide a lot of men. This castle is... Common Valeman Castle is a pretty good size. This thing has been improved 0 times, however. Which also, again, reminds us how easy it would be to take. So... a lot of pros and a lot of cons. Yeah. It's, I mean, 250 prestige is the big cost here because the military cost is small. Oh shoot, we have a child who needs focusing. The usual duty. And we have, what else do we have here? We have to deal, we have Sworn Shield now. Port decisions. I think actually it's probably a good idea to do an event, some sort of unity event, like a feast or a fair, because we could do another tour once we finish this war against once the stupid wildling free folk war is over. We could do another ruler tour, and that'll drum up a lot more support amongst our vassals, which will really raise our levy sizes. That's going to be nice because we still have more expansion. We have all these great expansion plans. So many things are. You know, it's like a big kingdom. Once you grab a few territories nearby, you just can't stop. You just want to keep on conquering. It's an addiction. We got to keep conquering. Conquer, conquer, conquer. What do you guys think about 9 stars? Let's see what the chat says. Scott McCloy says, can we send Redwood a gift? That's not a bad idea. D-Cell likes the idea of preventing the Freys from expanding. Rudy doesn't think the Freys will go for it, though, for the same reasons I just suggested, probably. Because it's just not very good of a territory, but he still thinks I should take it because it's central to our goals. So, okay. It's certainly something I can do right now, also. Like these other territories, like I could attack the Crackclaw Baron and all that, but that's also not... it's not central. It's just kind of natural to take that because it's... no one else will, and it's right there. But 9 stars is more directly in our path. Okay, so Daffin Blackwood. Yeah, we'll give this guy a little funeral. We'll invite. Yeah, this is perfect. We can invite people to this funeral. We're talking about having an event, so we'll invite our vassals in court. So it'll be a little bit bigger of an event. We'll spend a little bit of money. And we will declare war on 9 stars. Looks like we got more raiders out there, a much smaller group. We can kind of deal with those guys after we SmackDown 9 stars. So, surprisingly, 9 stars has... 9 stars has a... That's a bigger army than I would have thought they would have, but it's not exactly anything to worry about. Have all these guys meet. Well, I guess just meet at salt pans. Where's the path? No, that is the path. The path to 9 stars go through Stonyhead, so they'll go through Stonyhead. And that will be plenty of men, especially after these guys are called up. But their first job is going to be to attack those raiders. No, not that. Right here. We need the Organizer General to get to these raiders as fast as possible. Oh, actually, what am I worried about? These raiders are attacking Grey Glen. They're not attacking our territory. What the hell? We'll smash them anyway, because we want to smash raiders. They might come for us later. Kill the pirates. And we're going to spend lavishly on food, because like we said, we wanted to try to get some diplomatic benefit from this event. Are we going to catch those raiders or not? They're running away. It's going to be close. Nah, they got away. It's the usual group of nearby folk are going to help poor 9 stars. It's not going to be enough. Okay, so these guys are going to try... Where are they going? They're going to Goodbrook? Oh, they're going south. Okay, I was going to say they're crossing over to pick a fight. No, they're just trying to join their armies together. By the time they do that, we'll already be ready to attack 9 stars. And this actually is helpful, though. This is actually really useful for our immediate goals. If we can have this army get its morale up, it can smack this army from Hollard Hall. And that will make Hollard Hall an easier target for us not long from now, because if we wipe out their army, they'll have littered. In fact, it may make Hollard Hall even more tempting, because we'll have crushed its army ahead of time. And if we can attack it before it regenerates itself, then it will be all the easier. Extra tax revenue, a big chunk, 70 money. That's really nice. All these petitions we're answering. Okay, lots of various random events. We had bandits in one county that we sent help for that didn't work out. We had another knight accusing a lord of sleeping with his wife. And we had, I think that's it. There's one other small one. Nothing of import, nothing of great political weight that we're worried about. We're still just gathering this army to attack 9 stars. Oh, yes. This guy's name is Drythroat. Drythroat. Okay, Drythroat, let's find you a wife. Whoa, there's a strong 12-year-old here. Oh, a genius. Whoa. We got to give that genius to get this genius to marry one of my sons. Hold the phone. Drythroat, you are going to marry... Oh, this girl. Marry her. She's an organizer. That's a really good thing to bring to the court. But pause the war for a second while I examine... Well, we marry Brendan to... where is that genius girl? There she is. Yeah. That's cool. A Dornish Reachman. Nice. She's 6 years older, but it's worth it. That's not that big a difference. And just while we're thinking about kids here, is there another pregnancy here from our grandkid, or another grandkid on the way? No, not yet. Oh no! Our heir's heir has grayscale. Wonderful. That's not good. He's not, maybe we're not going to have a King Henry II after all. That's real harsh. Oh yeah, am I still going too fast? Where's our war speed? What speed am I at? Yeah, we're at 1 speed now. Okay. All right. Move these men around. They're trying to link up down there, and that's interesting. Well, we're just going to go squat on Hollard Hall then. Well, this army merges. And these guys are all these stragglers make their way over to 9 stars to begin the siege. And try to get this over with. Slanderer, that guy. The gardeners. You can't trust those gardeners, I guess. I don't mean the people who do your garden. I mean house gardener. They're trying to advance on 9 stars. Interesting. Or, no, actually, they turned around. They're going to... Oh, no, one of them is going to 9 stars, and one of them is going to Stonyhead. 1,900 men going to Stonyhead. And... Well, that's odd. They're going to run into this army, aren't they? That's good for us. Not going to marry Dry Throat after all. Oh, yeah, we could do the matrilineal marriage. No, then she won't be coming here. All right, sorry, Dry Throat. It's not going to work out. Anyway, I got a war to handle here. Dry Throat. What a strange nickname. I see a lot of... Hang on a sec. This guy needs to go ahead and allow that to happen. And allow this to happen. And then we'll have a battle where we have... We'll have a battle in Stonyhead where we have a significant numeric advantage, while our other men begin the sieging of 9 stars. Yeah, that's that slow process. I'm going to put it on level 2 here. Good. We're winning this battle there pretty handily, it looks like. Yeah, wow. 10-1 on the casualties. More like maybe even like 11-1, really. And then another battle there. Whoa. Lord Viserys Peckledon has issued a call to all his subjects promising glory and wealth to anyone who can master a dragon in his land. He's got a wild dragon or 2 there. That's crazy. All right, well, good thing he's not sending them at us. So there's an army sitting on our capital over there. And another one sitting on down there in the south. But as usual, we... are not terribly threatened by that. Oh, we need to make sure we have our siege leader in place. We do. These guys need to go over there and join the battle, the siege at 9 stars. And all we got to do is win those sieges before they take too much of this down here. Meanwhile, we're paving the way for Hollard Hall by smacking that down. Okay, and we lost our priest, apparently. So we need to appoint a new priest. We've had a very stable council. It's kind of getting up there in age. A lot of gray beards here. Who's going to be the new priest? Oh, a guy who's a loyalist. Or an even bigger loyalist. And... yeah. Let's go with priest of Fairmarket. Proselytize in... on this side of the river. We must spread The word of the old gods. Everywhere we can. Wow, we haven't even finished. We haven't even converted all of Blackwood Vale? Well, I guess may as well get that done. Gravisham is the most devoted in the area when it's not even our capital. That's interesting, isn't it? All right, so we now have a progress of 12% every 12 days. That's pretty fast. That should be sufficient. None of these sieges have gone that far in the south. So, yep, let's just keep that going. Minch Forever says we're lucky Harrenhal has expanded. I agree. It's one of the kingdoms we played before. Even it's yeah. They have not established themselves at all. That did work out nicely. For all we know, we could have had like some sort of witch queen with a witch queen dragon rider sitting in Harrenhal, terrorizing all the surrounding territory of the God's Eye. Boom. All right. Less than a month of game time left on the siege. Oh no, Princess Aliena, call for the physician. What is going on with our grayscaled grandson? Jeez, he still has grayscale. Hasn't gone away. No one carved it off of him. Where's Sam Tarley? Hey there, Kolnitsky. Good to see you. Take them all into house arrest. And we've done it. 9 stars will now surrender. Boom. Our kingdom has grown again. Put our troops back down. We got to march these guys out of Hollard Hall to be able to send them back without penalty. And we've got prisoners to ransom again. None of this is highlighted, so none of these prisoners can be ransomed yet, but that should be available. Some of these guys just don't have, there's just no no money to pay these ransoms, but it'll happen. We'll get there. Okay. That was nice. More conquest. Let our prestige recover a bit. We keep going up to about 2,000 or 2,100 and then spending it to get more territory. Several of our vassals don't like us. A lot of that's because we subjugated them. The ones who are at the bottom are the ones. Those are the ones who dislike us the most. The ones that we conquered. So, well, that makes sense, doesn't it? Well, surprisingly, we have not had this claim has not happened over in Castamere. But we will wait. We've had plenty of other things to do in the meantime. Did we finish building the castle town? We did not. I guess it's going pretty slow. I guess it may have been slowed down by being besieged there. Still no, I assume no ransoms available still, but we'll go ahead and hit that button. Nothing won't hurt to try. Ah, this guy wants to send his kid to his heir to be our ward. Yes, that's a great idea. Oh, King Delena our Queen Lady Delena has declared war against the tyranny of King Rhaegar. Interesting. Sir Creighton of 9 stars has joined. Ha 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 ha. That's amazing. Okay, okay. Well, I really don't think this is going to work out for her. It doesn't really seem like she has enough men for that. So, in the meantime, we have a couple of generals to put into battle here for these guys over here, and we will send more help from our main territory, as well as from, what do we have here? Only 2,000 men there. We got the men of Maidenpool have risen up. Well, that's okay. We outnumber them down here. And we can pick up a lot of men from our surrounding territories to march with us over to the west. Gosh, what do you guys think of when you think of a revolt from Castamere? Doesn't sound familiar at all. Nothing like that's ever happened. Mostly not even worried about these armies over here because it's all about Castamere. They're the ones, yeah. But sending the army over there to help will be of use. I'm inclined to not use our Stony Sept army down here at all because we need to keep it fresh for the upcoming conflict we have planned. Plenty of money. Looks like our Maester is feeling the pressure there, it says. Their generals back down, so we can march on them and start the besieging process, which will really help just kind of make this not take very long. Yep, there's a first small victory of the war. We lost 7 men, taken down a couple hundred. What a nice chat. This Glendon kid. Yeah, we like him. Okay, so what's happening over here? These guys are... Okay, we're going to send this guy up to attack to besiege Maidenpool. Might as well. They have no leader here. Give him a leader. Give him a leader. And the rest of them look like they're coming to besiege Blackwood, but again, that is fine with us because there is no defensive bonus for them sitting around the flat plains of Blackwood Vale. So if it's not enough for us to take Castamere, we march our larger army back over there and attack the besieging army. So right now, this does not seem like a big threat. Okay, so there's an army over here attacking Stokeworth. Well, that's kind of annoying. 741 troops here could march to here. And these guys could pop up and also go to Maidenpool. And then they'll have a nice big army to go deal with whatever they need to deal with down over there. Oh, a lair in the arbor. Wow, there's a dragon, a wild dragon lair on the arbor. That's cool. The arbor is not what it used to be. What is this you guys are talking about in the chat here? Let me see. Hey, Florius the Fox, good to see you. What is this? Talking about Daemon Blackfire being thrown out the moon door. All right. See, always interesting things happening in the chat here these days. Yeah, this session's also, we haven't aged a lot in this session because we've constantly been at war. I think we were 38 or 39 when we started, so it's only been about 6 or 7 years, which is it's a slower than normal pace, but like I said, there's good reason for that. And we got a siege commander at work on Castamere, and they don't have a relief army anywhere near that area. So I suspect we're gonna still not have much trouble here. We are so far losing the war, but that's going to change. It's just they got the jump on us, but we have everything pointing in our direction. We got these two guys going to join up to put down the Maidenpool part of this revolt. 5,300 men are going to storm these walls. And what is happening over here? We got half the way there. It's slow because, well, they have a pretty well defended spot, but it's getting there. Oh, we lost our priest again. Lots of priests dying on our watch these days. All right, we're not going to do another siege here. We are going to march here and smash this army, because that's going to hurt our tax base if we allow them to take spots and raid them. Oh, cool! We built Castletown in Raventree Hall. All right, let's replace that priest. Well, it was a close call last time, so it's easy this time. The guy we almost gave it to last time is the guy we'll give it to this time, and he will work on our home territory, trying to make it more old godsy. Sure, ransom all prisoners again. If there are any willing to be given, then that sounds good. Go get them. I guess we should put more generals on here. Yeah, aggressive leader, and how about our Titos on the left wing. A very strong general. He's not needed in the siege. He is needed on the battlefield. Here we go. Smack those guys that are... Oops. Titos Lannister, the Burner of Stony Sept. Oh, he had a nickname? The Burner of Stony Sept? That's cool. Well, he is dead. That's too bad. One of our generals dies in battle. But the battle was won. Or it's about to be won, anyway. There it is. And this army is going to go relieve Stony Sept with a fresh commander. I guess it's time to reappoint some new commanders. Oh, winter's coming. Let us indeed appoint new commanders. Looks like we have 2 spots open. These are not good generals that we have sitting there, so let's go recruit. Ah, some very nice options. We've got an inspiring leader who's a 23 willing to join. We got another siege leader. That could be useful to have a backup siege leader. And we've only got room for 2. Oh, mountain expert. Oh, goodness. That would be super. That's, oh, Domella. Courtier in B-Town. So we'll bring her in also once, and we'll use when a slot opens up, when another general dies. Oh, I would really like to have Lyra as well. Actually, let's bring her in. And we'll fire Marcellin or somebody if we need to, because, or Master Bruce, who was only an 11. These guys just aren't as good. The new guys will be better. But Marcellin, the organizer, is going to lead this army over here to get to Stony Sept pretty quickly. And let's check in on the siege. Here she comes. Here he comes. Good, good. And here he comes. All right, so commanders aplenty arriving. Let's bring in the mountain expert, Domella, and the other organizer, Lyra. And the other 2 can wait in the wings. We're back up to some good money, so before we progress any farther, again, because of the way money doesn't pass down super well, let us immediately go ahead and build another improvement. What do we need for large estates? We need the prerequisite Steward's Barracks, which would be Steward's Tower, would be the prereq for that. Let us go ahead and do that. We're going to have more and more need of troops to defend our ever-expanding borders, because we're adding more and more. We have more and more enemies all the time. Revolts like this one from Castamere are going to be more and more common. Also, the more disparate our kingdom is. If we centralize it more, then it'll be easier to deal with those things, as well as perhaps making them less likely to happen. The longer we keep stability, the more stable it will be. Ah, well, we've done it. We've already won this rebellion. We captured all the Castamerians and enforced demands. The war is over. We have returned them to our territory. And these men no longer are needed over here once they get out of the Atlanta space. Ah, vassals of Blackwood now view you with respect. Well, what does that mean? It's clearly a good thing, but I mean, like in game terms, what does that mean? So defeated major revolt means plus 10 vassal opinion and plus 10 fear, and that's good for 10 years. Nice, 10 years, plus has been on foreign tour. Right, okay. This stinking war with the Night's Watch is just never ending, apparently. Weird Scholar. Okay, well, that's got to be good for our overall everything. I'm not sure if that was the exact thing it was referring to there, but let's again do ransoms on everybody. Ransom all prisoners. This is good, y'all. We're doing great here. We've put down a couple of rebellion, and we've added several territories. Every time someone else tried to help our enemies, we defeated them. And now, apparently, we've got a bonus to all of our vassal relationships, which means we should be seeing an increase in tax revenue on top of everything else. Princess Christine is ready for more education. She looks good on the stewardship and on the intrigue front. I think stewardship is more likely to be useful to us. Minor titles, righteous imprisonment, new important decisions, claims. Let's make sure none of these known plots or threats to us. Rather, kill Caroline Pryor, kill Shawnee, Morris Stark, Farrell Prester, Baron Felly, Lady Alicent, Maritron. Okay, none of those are a problem. That's just the court being the court. We have no men up. We are weak on our immediate vassal levies, or our immediate personal levies, so we're going to want to lay that lie for a while. But if anything happens, we have 12,000 vassal levies we can call up, which is, in A Song of Ice and Fire terms, isn't huge, but in a setting like this, it is. Because in A Song of Ice and Fire, consider that there's, X number of kingdoms, and they get to summon their entire kingdom's worth of levies. Whereas this is just this fractured realm of, we don't even know how many kingdoms there are. I wouldn't be able to count them. But 12, I imagine Dorne could get 12,000. Old Town and Highgarden probably could get around there, if not a little more. But not many others could. Ooh, I'd have to take that back when I see that Winterfell is about twice as big as it was when we looked at it earlier. Also, it just depends. Certainly, this big territory isn't necessarily populous territory. Obviously, the Sea Dragon Point up here has hardly any people in it. It's a pretty big, but it's bigger than our home territory of Blackwood Vale. But that doesn't tell you anything about the fertility, how much infrastructure has been built up over time, things like that. All right, we can increase our timeline speed here. Very good tutor for Princess Sheree, or Christine rather. Minge Forever says it means we hit the fear threshold. And of course, so people are less likely to join factions and revolt against us. You can see the stat below our portrait. Oh, okay. Let's take a look at that. Below our portrait. I don't see that. Does it just pop up? Is it something that comes up when we highlight it? So what is this? Oh yes, a ransom. Yes, we will take your ransom money gladly. Oh, what is this? Pause. Prince Warren of Dorne and Princess Christine. Oh yes, wow. Okay, that's a high-profile betrothal for us. We'll do that. Gorgorkos. That silly dragon. People are conspiring to kill us. Who's that? All right, I think we should form a... we're going to have to do... move our Master of Whispers to... Oh, she's already scheming. Build spy network in Blackwood Vale. Make sure we're safer. As well as... I'm going to protect ourselves and future Blackwood kings from assassination by establishing a household guard. Boop. Now we get to appoint a captain of the guards. And, you know, there's some upkeep on this decision, but it's not a ton. And as our kingdom grows, as we talked about, more and more threats like this will come. They won't just be armies, they will be intrigue. So this will help a lot in terms of preventing that. I think I'm going to... Actually, it's time probably... Maybe I should change away from the scholarship focus. We've been on this for a while. We might could switch over to a rulership focus of some kind to really capitalize on all these gains. What do y'all think about that? We are diligent, so that is the kind of thing we would do. We're not that crazy. We're not the super ultra bookish type. We like books, but we're not like bookish at the cost of everything else. Let me do these other things first. Yeah, let's see. Minge says the blue badge. Where's the blue badge? Oh, this badge. Respected. Yeah, okay. Plus 1%, -1% national revolt risk. Plus 5% plot power defense. Fear 46, that's level 1. Okay. Vassals are 33% less likely to join hostile factions or start plots. Very good. Ruler's level of fear is determined by their prestige traits, length of reign, as well as their actions. Well, we have very good prestige with 2,000. Our traits are modestly helpful there, probably more of a break even on that. And length of reign is very much in our favor. We have been reigning for 31 years. And yeah. I'm curious about our son again. Does he... Oh, yeah, he died. Hendry died of grayscale. Darn it. And there is no pregnancy coming in the meantime. That's a bummer. Okay. I'm forgetting what I was about to do here. we did the oh yeah, the captain of the guards. That's what we want to do. Council, minor titles. Oh yeah, we can also appoint a cupbearer. Looks like we have a couple of titles we can hand out. Daremin, the Lord of Great. Let's see. A couple of these relationships are kind of bad. Let's improve one of our existing relationships with someone who's not much of a plotter. Bradamar would be fine. Yeah, he's a drunkard already. He won't be around much longer. And then we can give Master of the Horse to someone we don't have a great relationship with to try to help it out a small amount. Yeah, we're just really hated by the ones that we conquered, and everybody else is pretty much likes us pretty well. We'll give it to the Lord of Stonyhead. And we can appoint more bodyguards. We need to get some Crotein up in here. So Baron's going to be a bodyguard as well as a general. Who else is... We need loyal people to be on this list. Tristan of Quebec. Marcellin's fairly loyal. He's also one of our generals. That's good. And one more. Who else? Who's the most loyal that's actually a good fighter amongst these? Lyra is an 80, which is better than Simon, and she's only a little less loyal. So we'll go with her. And then Captain of the Household Guard is going to be the most loyal of these, not necessarily the best fighter. It would be helpful if they were both. So Tristan, yeah, Tristan of Quebec. He's a good fighter and the most loyal of my bodyguards in the first place. So that's good. That works. And looks like all these other things are well set. We have no random events whatsoever on this dragon egg thing, so I'm going to cancel it. I could always do it again, but I want to see if there's something better. Actually, I'm going to cancel it. Wait till I change the scholarship focus away to... Yeah, we're going to go with business. We're going to go with business rather than stewardship. We're going to go with +1 stewardship and +10 city vassal opinion rather than +2 stewardship, because I think the +10 to a bunch is going to add up giving us more revenue than the second point of stewardship, but it's probably pretty close. And that should give us different ambitions, maybe? No, I guess not. But let's do it. Let's do Exalted Among Men. 4,000 prestige would be another big boost for us. And, yeah, let's go. Ian Flint, she wants a... Wow, look at that. Intrigue, 20. Jeez. Bring in... Sure, bring in some talent here. Bring in this Whalen kid. Come marry him. Come marry her. And speaking of, let's see... Brendan is only 9, so we're still waiting for him to get a little older. He's coming along nicely with the stewardship. Hallis Lightfoot. Definitely bring someone in for him. Oh, cool. He could marry a princess of Winterfell. That's cool. Do it. And oh, someone tamed Gorgorkos, the wild dragon. And worst named of the dragons. You guys remember... Excuse me. Y'all remember the He-Man show? There's that character Orko. Gorgorkos makes me think of that. Speaking of the He-Man, you guys see the casting for that, for the voice acting for that? It's a crazy good list of people. Marianne Blackwood. Marianne the Mad. Whoa, she is a lunatic with gonorrhea, and she wants to get married like... I don't know. Are you sure? Maybe we can find someone else to... Yeah, we can. Gareth is also gonorrhea and lunatic. Wow, they're totally made for each other. It's Dry Throat. I didn't know Dry Throat had gonorrhea and... Wow, that is perfect. Amazing. Yeah, Richard DeBoer took your suggestion. We're going to go for Exalted Among Men. Not that we had a lot of choices there. But this should help. Choosing that ambition should help us get prestige-related events. So it'll help us grow up. Another woman with gonorrhea and lunatic. I mean, they do go together because one leads to the other. But I don't think I have another one. Do I doubt I have another gonorrhea lunatic for you. Who do I not like? I don't care about this Gerald guy that much. How about that? Marry her. Oh, what do we have here? Children needs a guard. Oh, Steven needs a guardian. Whoa, what's going on? He has chest pains. What's going on with that? I'm gonna make him. Can we give him the heritage focus? We're going to be his guardian personally. We're going to teach our son the ways. The ways of the faith. I mean, the ways of the old gods, rather. Medgar wants to take Muna Wertum's job. Muna Wertum has done a fine job as one of our generals, but we're not super loyal to him. We can always reappoint him, and we definitely care about Medgar's opinion. So, fine, we'll do it. Sorry, Muna Wertum. We'll consider yourself retired anyway. You're getting up there. You've done a great job. Oh, so yeah, we can go on a hard diet, which will pay off in the long run, but it'll take a while to pay off. In the short run, it'll hurt us, but let's do it, because it'll be worth it. Another... oh, yeah, we got to do the... I thought we did this already. Yeah, okay. Shirlise is our ward. Sure, why not? We... for diplomatic reasons, we'll auto yes on that. And yeah. Finally, that stinking war ended and we Oh, the Lord of Nine Stars. We now have a reason to arrest this guy that we don't like. Tamina the Pious, some of these characters. Okay, Medgar the Rash, Uther of Stonyhead, Creighton of 9 Stars. Yeah. Whoop! Got him. So we've got this guy in jail, and we will banish him to the black. Let's make him take the black. Right? That's the play, right? Or do we exile him? No, exiling is 20, but banishing him to the wall is totally okay. It is done. And his son does not hate us. And we don't hate him. So that's one angry vassal dealt with. Let's check on some of the other ones here. With him gone, the biggest threat is Lord Mooten, who we did one thing to help. Uther Moore is the next biggest threat, but he is incapable now. He's severe health issues, so he's not a problem. So it's Delina, the one who already revolted, so she's not likely to do that again. Demina, who is getting up there in age, and also doesn't have a lot of men. So Medgar is the one we need to worry about, I suppose. What can we do to him? Can we imprison him? Yeah, we have. Oh, yeah, we can imprison him too. He also is a candidate for quote-unquote free imprisonment. He may escape, but aha, he did. And he too will be sent to the wall. Now his son is inherited, and also his son likes us a lot more as well, because we did not subjugate him directly, so that helps. Cleaning out the old guard for people more loyal to us. This is working out pretty nicely. In the meantime, I guess I could unpause and put it on a slower speed while I work my way through maybe one or two more of these. Yeah, this lady at Castamere, can we send her? Can we do something with her as well? 46% chance. If we send our Master of Whisperers over to her territory, our odds of capturing her go way up. So I'm going to send her over there to Castamere. And then, let's see, imprison. No, it did not go up. Okay. I guess I did need to do the other one, build spy network over there to get the benefit. I shall issue. No, I shall not see why this concerns me. But anyway, if she revolts again, she'll be easy pickings because we just smashed her, so she has like no men. So we shall imprison her. Raised her flag in rebellion. Okay, to arms. She is not exactly fearsome on that front. Send some help from here and here. Send the Martlet Bay levies over there. And the Gravisham. And the... That should be good enough. Besides the Blackwood Vale levies, our main guys, which really need to repop, but... You know, we got to clean up these people intriguing against. Yeah, look at that. She has no people. Raising your flag in rebellion with no soldiers to rebel with. That's stubborn. Let's try let's try to ransom all the prisoners again. Let's try that command, see if anyone else comes out of that. Okay, so anyone trying to kill us? Yeah, Silene here is trying to kill us. Silene Marsh. Leomela Carlet and Violet are both backing this plot up. Can we imprison her? It would increase our tyranny. But we can tell them to stop back and plot, and that'll work, so that'll help. That's the best we can do right now. And once we finish this war, not being at war means we can go to... do our tour, our regional tour to visit a bunch of different vassals, especially some of the new ones, the ones who've just taken over for their father or father who's been sent to the wall. Bastard son Quentin Hill recognized as house owner. Okay, sure. Why not? Maybe I should have checked to see who would have gotten it instead of her. Maybe if it was... I should have checked on that because it could have been us getting the title instead of her if we'd said no. But okay, whatever. Excuse me. Marching on Castamere. They're giving us, what a bother this is. Besieging Castamere again. To root out this woman who's conspiring against us. Now, who else can we righteous imprison on here? Damina the Pious, who's also a Blackwood. 65% chance. Well, yeah, she's kin, but we kind of want to banish her anyway. Oh, we really do, because we would re-inherit Redfort. Although that's going to happen anyway. She's not going to have a kid. Well, we'll wait till this one's taken care of. Oh, we got a dog? Oh, cool. We got a guard dog. Plot power defense plus 15%. We have guard dogs. Let's skin change with them. We have we have green dreams. Give us skin changing power too. Steven learning to fight. That's good. Newt Rock says make her a woods witch. Yeah. Go a little farther south there. Come on, go to the siege. Finish them off. Finish them off. Let's review who else we can righteously imprison. King Uther, our Lord Uther, he is incapable. We're not worried about him anymore. Lord Axel, what did he do? Huh. We actually like him, though, and he likes us, so we'll just leave him alone. We won't use this excuse. Oh, who died? Master Moores of Fieldstone. So our Master at Arms is gone. We can appoint a new one. Ah, we could use Baron or Kurth here. Yeah, looks like Baron's the way to go. And he wants the job, too. That'll boost his marshal to 26. He's our siege leader, our top man-at-arms, and he is a Northman. That's nice. So he is currently leading this siege, or at least I hope he's leading the siege. He is. And afterwards, he'll be helping us restore our troops to max capacity by training new ones. We can, yeah, definitely speed things up because it's just a siege. What is happening here? Idle council member. Oh, our master whispers. Okay. Oh, look at that. How about that? We've been waiting on this for a while, haven't we? We got our claim to Sarsfield. Holy crap. Oh, it's the High Lordship of Castamere. It's not the title of Sarsfield. Well, we don't want to usurp the High Lordship of Castamere, I don't think, because we can just gain control of it by taking its contiguous parts. Yeah. Kingdom of Castamere, High Lordship of Castamere is the Lordship of Sarsfield and Tendring. De jure includes Goldshear, Tendring, Sarsfield, Tarbeck Hall, and Castamere. Yeah, see, we don't need to pay for that. That's silly. Yeah, no, we're going to get that for free. Once we take 3/5 of the county, the High Lordship, we can usurp it for nothing. And we already have 2/5, so we only need to take one more spot. So nope, we will let that go. Keep on it. Keep the job going. I thought we had made that progress, but I spoke too soon. Bradamar, keep at it. He has 22 skill. I mean, it's taking this long. Oh, well. But we can put our Master Whispers elsewhere now. So build Spinarch. We're back in Blackwood Vale. And this, oh yeah, the siege is... Ooh, 71 gold. What's Greystone Holdfast? Where is... Oh, over in Stony Sept again. They're always taking our territories in Stony Sept. This is always the poor spot that gets beat up while we're fighting elsewhere. Sir Glendon, no. But we're going to take Castamere and end this war pretty quickly. Yeah, there we go. 30%. Now... What? Baron is no longer Master at Arms for King Rhaegar. Darn it, what happened? Suspicious circumstances. Ah, dang. He was our excellent siege leader. But, if you recall, we decided to make sure we had a backup siege leader, and we do. Oh, he hasn't been appointed to be a general yet, so... Oh, and first we got to do Master at Arms. So, let's go with Domella, who actually wants the job. And will gain a point when she gets it. And, yeah. We need new bodyguards. We need a new captain of household guard. Oh, no, we don't need a captain. We just need a new pair of guards here. Domella will also be that. We have this tradition of generals who are also bodyguards. And now we can put the new siege leader in charge. Oh, wait. No, we didn't. I didn't do that yet. 4 commander slots open. 1 for Kurth. 1 for Simon, the new siege leader. 1 for Munawiram, who gets his job back, coming out of retirement, and we'll leave 1 slot open, as we like to do. And now actually assign this character to the job. Lady Demina Blackwood has tried to have Master Otho of Horton arrested, but he has raised his banners. Okay, well, we don't care about that. But we do care about this taking Stony Sept back. That'll help in this war faster. Oops, not the ships. Let me do that again. Good to know that we have 20 ships there, but we don't need them. We need the soldiers. We need your 3,900 men. That's nice. To march over here, and we will send them with Lyra, who is an organizer, which means she'll get them there as fast as possible. The wall has fallen to the wildlings. Oh my goodness. Wild. Oh, cool. It's time for Christine and Warren to get married. Oh, we became unstressed. Very nice. 43% on the war score now. We're going to take this back real fast. 53% on the war score. Ah, there we go. Just like now the claim comes like seconds later after waiting forever. We get it back. But this is the claim we actually wanted. The lordship of Sarsfield, not the high lordship, which we can, like I said, we can just take that by taking its contiguous parts. Oh no, we need a position for little Stephen. Prince Stephen. Okay, 53%. This army can now actually join itself to the siege to just make this happen faster. Oh wait, look at that. Atlanta. No. Turn around and smash that army instead. Oh, wow. House Piperstir is now the traditional kingdom of the crossing rulers. How about that? King Alan the Lame is the ruler. I guess I got to put the speed back down to track down this army. Go get that army and then smash this army up in Fieldstone. Another Dragon Rider, Rovax. Okay, still marching north up there. I don't know why the war score dropped by so much there, but it doesn't I don't think it matters. We're about to take this in seconds. They're going to take this in seconds, but we are going to maybe stop them. No, not quite. Oh yeah, that's Siege of Quebec. Yeah, we stopped them. Haha. All right. And this battle's almost over. We won that. The war score's back to 41%. Chase down that army while we besiege Tarbeck Hall. And we could also go squat on Atlanta, which we kind of want to claim in the not too distant future as well. Oh, we built Steward's Barracks at Raventree Hall. Very nice. Betrothed can marry. Go ahead and do that. Ransom all prisoners again. Do that. Just keep doing that periodically to see if anyone has the money for us. And improve our building situation here. This time, I like the idea of something that gives that improves our reinforcement rate, because we just keep going through our troops and then needing to wait on them to come back. So something that speeds that up sounds very appealing. On the other hand, we could just get something that gives us more troops. But yeah, I think the recurring benefit of that plus the morale boost is really nice. Spend, keep building that infrastructure. Keep paying off on that. I love seeing this progress on the infrastructure. Everybody hanging in there? Anybody else gaming right now? What's everybody else doing? While watching the stream. Anyone watching anything, or like I said, doing any other gaming, or got people coming over, anything like that? I always like to hear what people are doing. It's hangout night. I still have some Valar Rereadus work to do later tonight and tomorrow. And excited to get Dance of the Dragons to y'all. But as I mentioned earlier in the stream, my work on the Dance of the Dragons is done. It's now out of my hands, other than posting it. Oh, very nice. Blackwood Vale could become a notable center of worship. Whoa. Cool. It says Blackwood Vale gets center of worship until 8366. That's 30 years. Yeah, they're coming to the tree. Awesome. Very awesome. I don't think I've ever seen center of worship before. And it gives us an extra temple tax plus more monthly piety. This is the highest piety score we've had on a character so far, I think. In this campaign. Well, I'm definitely saying yes to that. Very cool. Anyone else seen that message before? Min Forever says they're also doing a Blackwood campaign. That's cool. Scott McCoy's playing DC Legends. Violent Messiah's playing guitar. D-Cell is doing some cosplay building, right? Finished a Roxon armor and red wine. Is that what you're talking about? Nice. Tanera Merriweather. Yes, we'll be merciful. We are a kind person. We're not going to put children in the oubliette. That's not our way. This war is slow finishing. This rebellion. This has never been in doubt, but it has been slow. Septon Lucius has been captured. So we're at 51% now. This will be over with soon, and then that should... Maybe that'll be enough. We might need to take one more spot. But I think that should be almost it. Oh, Sweet Sister's being attacked again. We really just let our our sister's territories get ravaged whenever that happens, because they don't really do much for us, and we never set out to be the owner of them. It just kind of happened, and yeah, we just kind of let them be. Oh, wow, no one there, huh? Well then, we only boosted the war score a little bit with that take, so we're going to have to keep going. We'll have to take Atlanta, and we're going to storm Tarbeck Hall's 443 defenders. We have them pretty well. I'm going to get this over with. 60%. Still not that great. And cool. Bonus to work over at the Bloody Gate. Very stubborn war over here, still resolving. Storm those walls. Still can't find her. Okay, and then these guys are trying to take that back. We'll get them. Don't let that happen. We have fully taken Tarbeck Hall and Castamere. And yet, we still have more work to do. Many lives have been lost. Oh, I guess we should change this guy to the siege commander here. Switch from Lyra to Simond. They're just switching. They're just going back and forth. That's funny. You need to have the organizer in charge because they keep trying to run away. 69% war score. Nice. Oh, give our wife gets a falcon. Cool. An expensive gift, but we're glad to give it. Winter is coming to an end. Winter never even became a factor for us this time around. Not our southern possessions anyway. I didn't check to see if it was affecting our Vale territory. 69% still. That did not change the war score at all. goodness. What do we have to do to end this war? Ah, Brendan Blackwood. Man, excellent education. Ooh, he's doing really well in the stewardship. We'll pay up for this. Good for him. Where are the other territories we can attack? Atlanta is the only other one. And we just haven't been able to capture the ringleaders. Oh, look at this. Who's that? Oh, this is a peasant revolt. We don't have anything to do with that. That's a peasant revolt not aimed at us. They're hostile armies, but they're not. They're hostile to everyone who isn't them. We could use some more of those ransoms. Our money is lower than it's been in quite a while. Any ransoms to be given? Keeping it moving. Keeping it moving. Now, the older genius marriage was broken off because she was going to inherit a title, so they canceled that marriage. So, unfortunately, we did not get that marriage ever. Pretty sure, anyway. Let me double check that. Brendan's betrothed to Nemini. Oh, no. I got that mixed up. Look at her. Wow. 20, 12, 14, 11, 14. Woo. Nice. Very nice. Do we have, and we do not have, our eldest son still doesn't have an heir of his own. So, I mean, his wife's 23 and he's 29, so it's by, we're plenty of time still. Oh, my daughter, call a physician. We took all of Atlanta, all of Castamere, and everything. We still can't seem to win this war. Where is this woman? Where are the targets that we could take? I would like to end this war. Oh, look at that. They do have other territories down here. I don't think those are hostile to us, though, because they're the Kingdom of Castamere, which is not where the revolt is coming from. The Kingdom of Castamere is not hostile to us. Well, they don't like us, but they're not fighting us actively. Give them a reward. Yes, do it. Oh, did they take Long Table from us? They did. They took Long Table from us. That's where we got to send another army. War score. Yeah, see, we've nothing but pluses, but no. But it's just not enough to win the war. Where is she? Well, drags on. Must keep going. Keep marching south. I owe her nothing. We're keeping our money. Rovax has died. All right. Keep on marching. These guys are trudging a long way. This is as far as we've sent an army, I think, in this entire game. All the way down there. All right, another small win. 75% now. That was a very small little boost there. 6% more. But it occurs to me that we got those points because we won a small battle. So if we follow this 382-man army around, then maybe we can just pick off a few more points. Hey, Stephen Stark is back. Hey, we named our third son after you, Stephen. His name is Stephen. And he says, some guys called Joe Magician said to come here. Yeah, Joe Magician just had a patron's live stream, didn't he? Hey, Sanrixian. Awesome to see you here. Yay, friend. To see you soon at Ice and Fire Con. Yeah, Rhaegar Targaryen, after his dragon Rovax has died, has gotten a new dragon called Ancelagon. Interesting name. Ancelagon, the dragon. Okay, so we're at Long Table trying to take back our territory. Ooh, it is not going well. That is a large army there. But that's okay. They have nothing to help them. Personally lead a party. Yeah, okay, sure. Hey there, Joe Magician's here too. All right. Oh, cool. We subdued some clansmen. Nice. Good for my reputation. This Oxcross Peasant Revolt is doing its thing down here that has nothing to do with us, but it's funny to see. We're going to beat this army up. Come on, another little bit of war score gain. Picking on this poor, overly defeated army. Yeah, we got a Joe Magician Patreon stream raid coming in here. Ancelagon? Joe says, is that real? Is that for real? Cool, okay. Ancelagon. I didn't know that one. All right. I'm not up in my Lord of the Rings dragons, apparently. This kid needs some education. He looks like he's got some diplomacy in his future. $81% on the war score. Still waiting on that. Are there any other territories we can attack? Or are we just kind of waiting? I could send... So you can tell who's a target by the border being shiny. So some of the Castamere targets are not... yeah, we'll do the funeral. Blackwood family funeral. So there's not... I think that's the only other spot. And they have just no army whatsoever to speak of. So... we'll send this army down there too. As long as it doesn't march through Oxcross. Yeah, it won't. March all the way down there to help out with the besieging. Have a feast. Gosh, why did several people just add on to the total concurrent viewers all of a sudden? I wonder if Joe Magician had something to do with that. If not, I mean, oh, I got no answer. Look at that. Steven is mastering the art of swordsmanship. There you go, Steven. Look at you, multi-talented kid here. But for some reason you have chest pains at age 9. That's troubling. Whoa, what the heck has happened here? Dorne is no longer ruled by Martells. It's ruled by Targaryens. That's wild. Prince Balerion of Dorne, a dragon rider, ruling Dorne. But he appears to be afflicted with some sort of horrible disease. Look at he has grayscale. His princess has the bloody flux. And his daughter has the bloody flux, his only child. Wow. Well, things are interesting in the Kingdom of Dorne, aren't they? Wow. Huh. Let's hope this... We lost our heir to grayscale also, so that's just kind of... It's around there. Yeah, and they have not had another kid yet. Spruce. A daughter was born to Waylon and Ian named Spruce. Spruce Trowbridge. Spruce Trowbridge. What a name. Don't mess with Spruce There's lots of armies on the march. So for people just coming into the stream, give you a little idea what's been happening in this game. We have done really well. We're still the same character. We're still king. We turned 50. So we got our distinguished white-bearded, white-haired look as soon as you turn 50. That's what happens. We have taken Maidenpool to create our miniature fish kingdom here. Look at that, shaped like a fish. Thanks to my friend Rudy in the chat pointing that out. We still have this one random territory down here at Long Table, which we're trying to take back because of this revolt. We have Castamere and Tarbeck Hall, which are currently under revolt, but excuse me, we've taken them back. But the war's not over yet. We took 9 stars, and we took Stonyhead. And we are planning on, and for people who have also have seen the stream in the past, the Kingdom of Riverrun has been split asunder into the Kingdom of Wayfarer's Rest and the Kingdom of Riverrun. So that was a very interesting development. And, of course, the Kingdoms of Old Town and Highgarden continue to do their thing, and the North has become very interesting. Winterfell has become large as a kingdom. And the Dreadfort is shrinking! Wow! Big thanks to Winterfell, I suppose. Looks like we're about to take Long Table back. Oh shoot, I didn't even put the siege leader in charge, did I? That took more of this. I made this take longer than he needed to. Yep, about to hit now. That'll be the end of it. At least this first bit of the siege. We may have to do a second one. 85%, only 5% more gained, yeah. Just still sieging. Every day I'm siegerin'. Yeah, we're just waiting to do that. Oh, we can imprison Violet? Oh, I do want to imprison Violet. Can we do that? Oh, yeah, do it. She was trying to murder. We are going to exile the heck out of her. What? We have locked up Lady Demina the Pious. A Blackwood who worships the Seven. That's just... You just can't... We just can't be okay with that, can we? Did Violet not get exiled? I said I wanted to exile her. Send her away. Yes, she's gone. And Lady Demina also shall be exiled. That's how we handle threats to our crown. Ooh, we can also ransom this guy, Wallace. He's no threat. And Pollyann. Once this other ransom is paid. But yes, Demina, you are being exiled. We would execute her, but you know that's a kinslaying because we would have to do it ourselves because we're old gods worshippers. And we get her title by sending her away. So we are now master of the Bloody Gate and Red Fort. It was a Blackwood territory. We gave it to, I think our great-grandfather gave it to one of his brothers or one of his non-first son relatives, like his second son or his third son. And but Lady Demina didn't have any descendants. So that Blackwood branch ended, but we can reassign it. We have 5 castles now, or 5 territories, and we were going to give Mudford to Brendan Blackwood, our son, but I think we'll give it to Stephen now, and Brendan can have, the elder son can actually have Red Fort. So that's cool. Oh, yeah, it'd be fun to rename it Black Fort because it's Blackwood. But we're still trying to win this darn war. We haven't had enough peace to do a tour. Oh, and we built the training grounds. Nice. This is the longest revolt to resolve ever, requiring so little actual fighting. It just besiege, besiege, besiege. Yeah. It's been a strange war. Strange rebellion, but soon it shall be over. Who else do we have that's a threat to us? We don't mind. Lord Uther, no, don't mind him. Really just Lord Uther, but he's going to die of old age. Can we... 51%, yeah. We'll leave that alone for now. Benera Westerling wants to get married. We would rather her leave court. Our court's kind of full these days, so she can go ahead on, go marry elsewhere. We'll go back to speed 4 here. What's our income up to? 12. Wow, almost 13. Jeez, that is great. All this infrastructure building is really paying off. And we are a feared, long-reigning king. We've been ruling for 36 years. That's pretty awesome. We're not quite to the longest Blackwood king reign of this campaign, but I could be wrong. Let's check. Hodor ruled for 19 years, but he actually ruled longer than that. He was king for 19 years. And I believe he was Lord of Blackwood Vale since 1295 or 195. So he 38 years total. Royce the Rash 34 years. Hendry only 8. Williman 14. Lyman 13. And now Rhaegar the Dreamer, like I said, he is on year 36. Yeah. Or 35. About to start year 36. Pretty cool. Yeah, 2 one-legged kings of Blackwood in a row. Yeah, Rhaegar the Dreamer. I know, it's amazing. We did not choose that nickname. What's funny is he's had green dreams since he was a kid, and we haven't had a single random event to do with it. It hasn't done anything but be a passive bonus. But it's a pretty strong passive bonus. +1 piety, +2 intrigue. Bonus to Old God's opinion. 86%. The war still just, geez. Almost there. Another month, and we'll have this one taken. Actually, a little more than a month, darn it. We've had vassals we've had levies in the field for quite a while. I could send a little bit of help from... Oh! The game is freezing. We might be in the midst of a crash. Yes, a crash. Wow. How about that? Well, we'll have to load from autosave. Slight loss of progress there. Whoops. I just hit run on civilization by accident. Crusader Kings, not civilization.
Did it crash?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, hopefully it doesn't. Occasionally, when you have a crash, it's a fatal crash, meaning something is going to keep happening over and over that kills your game because you crash in the same place repeatedly. But that's probably not the case. So that is the first crash we've had since the House Rain stream. So it's been months, but it does occasionally happen. First moon, yeah, okay, so yeah, first moon day. I think we probably just lost a few months is all. No biggie. But it's funny that it came during this time where we're having the longest freaking rebellion ever. Yeah, we lost a small amount of progress. We're back to 81% instead of 86%. And I think we probably haven't exiled that one person yet. We'll let that pop up again on a random event. Oh, and we'll remember to change over the seat to the siege leader sooner. And actually, since this may not be enough, since taking this territory won't be enough, and we're going to do a second siege afterwards, I will take this opportunity to send the levies from over here down. Hey, where are they not available? Did we already use? Oh, we already used them. Okay, so we need the levies from over here instead. Not those 83 men. These 2,000 men. We'll run all the way down here. And that's being led by the organizer, our new organizer, so that's good. Yes, indeed. Okay, so that's too bad. We lost a little bit of progress, but not too bad. Speed things back up. Yeah, Joe Magician says Green Dreams finally showed up. Yep. Green Dream showed up and knocked the game out. Okay, so we'll at least have to besiege this other spot and maybe all of them. We may have to besiege every spot in that territory. Yeah, we know plots are coming to get us. There's our training grounds completion that we had not finished before. So who do we have to re-exile here? Damina? Yeah, put her in jail. Okay. Benera Westerling can marry as she pleases. Some of the same decisions are happening here. And also imprison Violet. Right? Who was plotting against us. Is she available? No, she's not even... We must have done that one already. Okay. And take care of Damina here. Have her exiled. And we are the Lord of Redfort again. And this siege will go faster. We added 2,000 men to it. What is this? Master at Arms is idle. That's fine. Have her train children. We have sons that need to be better swordsmen. Who is this? Leanne Stark and... yeah, we don't care about that marriage. Accept it. It's only a 10 prestige hit. It's a big hassle to deal with it other ways. Let them be married. I hope everyone is drinking or smoking something that they enjoy for a Friday. That's what we're supposed to do on Fridays. Especially during a game stream, after all. It's not meant to be taken seriously. Okay, 95%. So close. And only 194 people here. And that one didn't move the needle at all. So 1,286. We'll have to wait for this one as well. But maybe that'll be the end of it. 95%. Steven says, I am indeed, sir. Excellent, excellent. Oh, good. Jane Merriweather. Go ahead. Be fashionable. We definitely don't mind that. Come on. Come on, war. Be over. And it looks like we got past the point where it crashed, too, so it was not some sort of fatal recrashing thing. In fact, we've already had a new autosave. There it is. All right. Are we at 100? No, we're at 98. Are you kidding me? But there's another. This one we can besiege as well. This one's going really fast. 100 at last. Finally. That was so long. Whew. Lady Delina. Now, what are we going to do with her? I guess exile. Send her away. Out of the realm you go. Lord Carrill of Castamere. And we are going to be his guardian. Ourself. Oh, he's not going to let us make that choice, is he? He won't let us do that. Okay then. We were gonna try to force that, but we can't. Oh, cool. Brendan is marrying Nemini Newbridge, who is a genius. And we are done with our warring at last. And look at our from domain military now, up to 9,100 at maximum. It's because of our territories we inherited directly. Also, this means we can finally go on that darn tour, doesn't it? Yes, it does. Royal Progress. Maximum length. But not with the big... Actually, yeah, let's do it. -2 vassal opinion for 1 year. But we want the prestige boost. Sizable progress. And actually, all it does is 50 prestige. That's a terrible deal. Just ourselves. Yeah. And we're not fighting in any tournaments. That's so silly. Fighting in tournaments in our shape, you know. Yep. Okay, so the first stop, we want to go to our most major vassals. Start with the new Lord of Castamere. Establish a nice relationship with that boy, whose mother we had such problems with. Oh, we got to give one of these away. Okay, so it's time to give one of our titles away because we have. That's the state of our stewardship. So let's go ahead and take care of that. Brendan Blackwood, our son, who is married to a genius. Give him the Castle of Fairmarket, and we're going to give our other son the Castle of Mudford. We're going to keep Bloody Gate for ourselves because it's so important, and Redfort together with it because they're next to each other. Fairmarket is very small and manageable and close by. And what? We just eat a 200 prestige bone thing here without getting a chance to interfere? That stinks. Oh well. Steven will make a fine warrior. You hear that, Steven? Fine warrior. Look at that. Skilled fighter at age 11? Wow. Cool, we fought off some brigands, a little extra prestige boost for us. And we gained some more knights, little warriors joining us. Yeah, teach her about the old gods. Tenera of Riverrun, yeah, the Merryweathers. We'll make them into old gods worshippers yet. Yeah, you pay homage first. That's how that works. Unsafe roads. Yes. Travel onwards. Okay, next stop. Next stop, Stony Sept. And then we'll go to Stokeworth, and we'll go to the Vale, and we might go to the Sisters. We'll go down to Long Table as well. Visiting lots of good, important spots. Althorio, Wild Dragon, killing Night Slayer. Whoa. Huh. All right, next up, down to Long Table. Oh no, that's just ruled by Kirill of Castamere, so that's not a different spot. So, let's go to Rosby, or Edgerton. Nope, we can't go to Edgerton because he's at war. So we can go to Stokeworth instead. That's a very important vassal. Great to improve our relationship with him. Possibly our most important vassal. I'm not really sure, but definitely up there. Trial by combat. More relationship bonuses. We're just locking it all down. Next up, Lord Roger. Lord Wiwis Waja. More accepting marriages. We've taken several prestige hits on marriages. But that's okay. This place scares me. Oh no, we're back to that where buildings are scary to us. That was happening a lot when we were younger. Birch Hall, is that available for us? Yes, let's go to Birch Hall. Excuse me. And we do not want you to be zealous about the faith of the seven, not in our presence anyway. And we're scared of Birch Hall also. Well, Nara, cool. Friends with a Nara. All right. Yes, restore order and peace. Plus more prestige. Let us go to Faith of the Seven Revolt. Down in Long Table. I imagine it's not much of a threat. Let's take a look. Let's go visit Maidenpool. How many men is it? It is 200. Are you kidding me? That is barely even worth our time. Oops, those men are going to die because they're lacking morale. So I just sent 500 men to die. That's okay. We'll get the troops from. Wait, where are all our commanders? Jeez, did they all die recently? Let's reappoint some commanders, shall we? Oh, we don't have a Master of Laws either. Jeez. Okay. Well, we have some cleanup to do here. Elwood wants to be Master of Laws. He would be okay at it. He'll get a point for fulfilling his ambition, and he'd be very loyal. So that's useful. And we have the claim to Sarsfield, which we are going to press soon. But we also want to claim... what else did we want to claim? What are some... oh, yeah. No, Pink Maiden we can just force, I think. We don't need a claim to Pink Maiden, right? Yeah, because we... yeah, that's right. And Atranta... is that going to be one we can just declare war on? I'm not sure. Well, I will... it'll be clearer when we... have our once this war is over, so we can see who we can declare war on. So I'm gonna wait till after this war. And we really, yeah, we've just fallen behind on our good commanders. That didn't. We had a great set of commanders, and now we just don't because so many of them just died off or retired. Wow, a genius rough terrain expert. And maybe she's unmarried. She's a hunter, too. We want to invite her to court and involve ourselves with her genetics. Another siege leader. But what we really want is another organizer. There's one. So 3 more recruits to be generals. Oh, no, we're not going to lose. We might win this one anyway. Oh, we were killed by brigands in a random encounter with a 7% chance. Ha 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 ha. Wow. Well, we died with sword in hand. How about that? We are now King Solomon. So we're going to have to split some baby in half. Or not, rather. All right, well, let's do what we usually do. Take a look around at our new character without advancing the timeline much or at all. And set up the next stream. So that's cool. King Rhaegar was awesome. That was a really good run. 38 years. Kind of an unexpected way to end there. We weren't a warrior, a one-legged dude. Really shouldn't have been. That's pretty strange. Died just wandering our realm from place to place, visiting our fellow lords. Died from bandits. D-Cell says those scary castles was justified. Hey, good point. Good point. Yeah, Joe Magician says, R.I.P. Rhaegar the Dreamer, and now you join the dreams themselves. That is very true. A great run. Yes, our father deserves to be honored with a funeral, for sure. All the lords and ladies of the realm deserve to be invited. Yeah, that's our last. Okay, keep it paused. Okay, so we are Solomon the... I wanted to say Solomon the Wise, but we aren't actually the wise. We're just Solomon. Mercy to sinners. We have that thing here. And we have holding a funeral, of course. We don't have any children, which is interesting. So oh, yeah, our wife is pregnant. Oh, wow. Gosh, I'm tempted to play just a little bit longer to see who our kid's going to be. But I won't. It'll be a nice first thing to have happen right as we get started next time. We have our immediate heir is, well, it's going to be this child, whether it's a boy or girl. Our heir is going to be our newborn. And then our brother will be our second heir. And he and his wife may start having kids, and she's a genius, so that would be pretty cool. She's got 20 diplomacy. We are out of money because of this thing we're doing, this funeral. But we'll almost certainly do the old what's it called, the sepulcher. We'll spend the money on that. That's worthy. Does dairy belong to the phrase? Dairy does not belong to the phrase. It belongs to. Oh yeah, it does. I'm sorry. It does belong to the phrase. Yeah, my bad. Does indeed, but we're going to want it eventually. So, if anyone else, if there's something you want me to look at before we sign off, just put it in the comments real quick. And otherwise, we will be back next Friday for the regular continuation of our Blackwood campaign. We move onward. It'll be hard to top the length of that reign, especially starting off at age 31 instead of, say, age 14. But it could be done. We could, if we manage to exactly tie it, we'll be age 69. Okay, everybody. I don't see any pending requests for stuff to look at. How many counties do the Danes control? Okay, Joe Magician wants to know. Let's take a look at that. The Danes have... Looks like they control just their... They are vassals of Prince Balerion of Dorne. They only control Starfall, and it's got its usual 5 spots: main castle of Starfall, 2 other castles, Nightfall and Palestone Sword, and then Steps of Starfall and the city of Withmail. The Castamere claim. I think we may have lost the Castamere claim, or do we get to keep that? Yeah, we lost the claim on Castamere, unfortunately. Or not Castamere, but it would be on Sarsfield. But yeah, we lost that. Queen Lynn of Castamere now. Oh, wow, she's an unmarried young queen. Can we marry her to... will she marry any of our... Will she marry Stephen? Certainly not matrimonial. She would marry Stephen matrilineally. Put Blackwood blood into it that way. But anyway, that's a decision for next time. Josh Davis wants to know where the Starks are. Okay, let's take a look. There are Starks out there. We can use the character finder to use that. Search all Stark. There are some Starks out there. There are quite a few Starks out there. Look at that. But only one of them holds a title. He is our vassal. He is Master of Fieldstone, which is right here. So right next to our capital is a Stark ruling for Fieldstone, and he is... not very good, but he's got 4 kids. Of course, his son is Brandon Stark, go figure. And Brandon Stark looks fairly like he's got some talent. Can I make him choose the duty focus? I can. Whoa, I can make that decision. Cool. So that's neat. There's also a Harwin Stark. There's a Lyanne Stark. There's a Liara Stark. I don't see any Starks that are skin changers or green dreamers. I don't see that ability here on any of them. So you Starks are disappointing me here. But what if we check the Boltons real quick? The Boltons are getting beat down. It looks like they're at war with White Harbor, and they're losing. It's Prince Owen's claim on Red King Iron the Black is about to lose the Dreadfort to Lord Utherides of White Harbor, who is a Frey. So the Freys don't rule the Crossing, but they do rule White Harbor. The Crossing is ruled by this house, Piperstir. Piperstir. And Piperstir is he is doing something. He's out there. We got Lord Werlag of Pike the Ironborner. There's no king of the Iron Islands that I can see here. It looks like there's a bunch of separate little kingdoms. One of them is a pirate lord. A couple of them are pirate lords. Harlaw Hill, ruled by the Ironborn. What kind of name is that? Larazanar of Silverreed. And the Umbers, the Umbers are ruling Winterfell. They're controlling the biggest chunk of the north, probably, of anybody. And they have Last Hearth, so they are... Oh, but they're separate. There's two branches of the Umber family. One is ruling Last Hearth and separate from Winter Queen Branna of Winterfell, ruler of... and her heir is Prince Rickard of Winterfell. Rickard Umber, 21 years old, not very talented. Unmarried. We don't have a daughter, do we? I mean, a sister or a daughter? No, there's no available... We could marry a Stark to him, though. That'd be funny. We could make that choice happen. Whoa, Spruce Flintwood is at our court is a quick wildling. Who is... I want to see who that is, actually. Spruce Flintwood. I don't want to marry Spruce to Rickard, but I do want to check Spruce out. So change the search away from Stark to Spruce. How many Spruces are there? Spruce Black Antler, Spruce Flintwood, and Spruce Varashot. They're all wildlings. Spruce Flintwood is the child of Ian and Waylon, of course. That's right, Spruce Flintwood. Yeah, I remember that. But I did not know she was quick, so that's cool. She could be a worthy marriage for Steven, maybe. Yeah, maybe. Well, that's also a thing we can think about for next time. I see Rudy says, go Umbers. D-Cell says, like gravy for soup. Yes. Toby Moss says, those phrases get everywhere. Indeed. Violent Messiah says, phrases are like damn cockroaches. Minch Forever says, like gorge the wall. Oh, yeah, let's take a look at the wall. The wall is... Oh, yeah, it got gorge. The gorge does control the wall, doesn't it? Castle Black is ruled by Chief Egon. Wow. Of House Black Antlerheart. He's made up names. They just mash nouns together to make house names. Black Antlerheart. Let's just put 3 random nouns together, and there's your house name. What about Essos? Look at Carl Fesho. He's so fesh. Wow. Called Nako. Port Morak doing well. Ashai is doing its thing. Dorne. Nina says, Black Antlerheart rolls right off the tongue. Indeed it does, doesn't it? Kingdom of Old Town. Who's ruling the Kingdom of Old Town these days? We got King Ellard. And the Kingdom of Tumbleton is... Oh, it's not a kingdom. It's just Lord Baelor the Hairlip of House Footley. The King of Highgarden looks like a gardener. King Rob the Tyrant. No, it's not a gardener. It's I just saw that kingdom, that sigil there, and thought it was some sort of playoff of theirs. But no, it's not. It's just they're a kenning. King Rob the Tyrant. Kind of looked like our last character. Kind of similar looking there. Look at that. That's an interesting looking realm. It's not strange like ours, except for this chunk of Monhill and Feast Fires up here in Casterly Rock. The Kingdom of Dorne is, of course, we talked about this. It's very strange that it's based in Gaston Grey, that they have their capital there. But there's also this Principality of Lady Paramount of Isabel of Broken Arm. The Martells are ruling in Sunspear. So that is one thing that's kind of familiar. Storm's End is ruled by the Baratheons, but they are not very powerful. It's ruled by a Lord Joffrey. And all they have is the nearby Galemont. In fact, Griffin's Roost, the High Lordship of Griffin's Roost, controls more territory than Storm's End does, including way over here. Look at that. They have territory over even in this area, in Torrent Peak. Huh. The Kingdom of Gulltown is another kingdom here. We have Mathos the Cruel of Gulltown. He has 0 diplomacy. He also is infirm with gonorrhea. And, hey, he's one-legged like us. Or like our father. And his heir is Prince Ellis of Gulltown, who is a 22 marshal. Wow, this guy is a serious general. And his son is already Lord of Highstack Hall. How about that? Well, we may come into conflict with them. There's no other kingdoms in the Vale. Eyrie has a high lordship, and they control some territory. Lordship of the Eyrie there, but it's not... It's not the Arryns either. It's Harbottle. How's Harbottle? Here's House Harkvale. How much territory does Lord Allen of Piperster control here? The Kingdom of the Crossing is kind of a sensibly laid out kingdom. It's not weird like ours. Yeah, just pretty straightforward, I guess. And is this a different King Targaryen here? Oh, this is a Lord Aegon the Fifth of King's Landing who was missing an eye, and he is a dragon rider. He's a genius too. Wow, seriously talented diplomat. His dragon is Aranon, but his dragon is infirm. His dragon is lazy and doesn't do anything. Is injured or something. Huh. Well, that's kind of cool. There's Tarth is pretty powerful, but I don't think they're not a kingdom. Lord Ellis the Tenacious. He's 71. Wow. His heir is Gaiard Tarth, who's 30. Do Khals control Slaver's Bay? Good question. Looks like no. Looks like we have King Margaz the Wicked of Meereen. So there's a king of Meereen. There is a Great Master Maison rules in Yunkai. And Lord Karkaz II the Young rules Astapor. And quite a lot of other territory of New Geese here. And there's also Queen Hazara the Old ruling New Geese. And Lord Azak, who rules under Maklam the Just. Nice. A lot of cool kingdoms over there. Lys is looking pretty good. Mir has a couple of territories. East Andalos has a kingdom.
Shaken has the kingdom of that chair.
Oh, so Xeris, these guys worship the ancient Valyrian gods. Whoa, that's cool. He also has an infection. That's not cool. Bravos is ruled by Sea Lord Terys the Mild. Okay, so they're kind of ruled the way that you would expect. Lord Taro Antarios. Lorath is ruled by a pirate lord, Don Detarian. Let's see what's happening in the Summer Isles. There's a King Tapahuru the Merciless of Jala. There's a king down there. A couple other lords who are not controlled by him. Princess Jola. Let's see about the Sothorios here. And the Basilisk Isles. There's another Corsair Belliquo the Cruel of Death Isle. Corsair Balak of Talon. Corsair Hagdan of Isle of Toads. Corsair Karkaz of Howling Mountain. Corsair Kraz of the Isle of Serpents. A bunch of different pirate lords. Nina asks if that Baratheon was a real Baratheon because he's named Joffrey. Good question, but yes, I think so. A real descendant of Orys. Okay, folks, time to save and call it a night. That was a nice run. It's a surprising death, but that is how it goes sometimes in this game. You never know. A 7% chance hit. But if you do enough 7% chances, eventually one's going to hit, right? Okay, everybody. Thanks for coming. See you all, a lot of you, on Sunday for Valar Reread-Us. And if not, see you on a future game stream next Friday or in the future. Have a great weekend.